All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Market Prep. I hope everyone's having an amazing morning. Hope you guys had an incredible day yesterday. Good morning, Peter. How you doing today?
Hey, Carlos. I am doing good. It is Friday and a short week, which means very quickly we've come to the end of this week. And anyways, the markets are doing some dipsy doodle stuff here this morning. Random question for you, Carlos.
Yeah.
It's a garbage day here, and I mentioned yesterday that I bought a new barbecue, which means I had to get rid of the old barbecue. And we have a very reliable process where if you just put a barbecue or metal stuff at the end of your driveway, some dude in like the most beat up pickup truck you've ever seen as the trailer will come by and take it. And sure enough, this morning, as I was putting out my recycling, the guy came by and I helped him. We just threw the thing into the back of the truck, dumped it upside down, threw it inside there. And he was very happy and he drives off. Do you have that in your neighborhood? What's going on? Is it really?
Yeah. That's a great question, man. I have not thrown out anything like that and left it in the curb. Usually what I do is I give the waste management guys, I give them a couple of bucks and they just take everything I put out there. You know, and it's funny you mention that. Just this week, I gave them $100 because I didn't have another change to throw out this little bit of garbage. So it was definitely way too much to give them, but they're such good guys. I'd throw anything out there, they'll just take it. Sometimes they even take the recycling. They're not supposed to just take everything I put out there, they just take it. So it does help out. Now, I have a water heater I have to throw out, and someone told me, just put it on the curb. Somebody will go get it. I'm like, I don't know if that works that way. So I'll have to try, Peter, and get back to you. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, everybody in the chat is saying absolutely that there's scrap metal for money. I just can't believe there's enough money in the scrap metal to make it worthwhile. And does somebody actually recycle this? It's a whole mix of.
Sounds complicated, man. Sounds very.
It does, but hey, look, if someone's willing to take it and they can make money off of it, and it's their problem, then
it's off your hands, man.
I can't believe there's enough money to pay for the gas and the truck and the. Anyways. All right.
The bang for your buck cannot be a lot there, but hey, these guys are their own boss. They do their own schedule, their own time, and that's what it is. That's I guess one of the benefits, yeah. Friends, quick look at our gappers list today. As we can see here, we'll figure out how we get rid of all this metal and garbage we have. But take a look at this gappers list brought to you by TradingTerminal.com. A couple of stuff in the green this morning. Some names here we don't like as much, but we'll go through them. And then majority gapping down today as tariffs come back on. The back and forth of tariffs continue. So it's just a joke, Peter. Let's get to US economic calendar. I know we have some stuff coming out there, and then we'll talk about this tariff stuff because we got some rants on this.
You bet we can go. All right. Actually, a whole lot of economic data coming out this morning, starting with our PCE prices. So we have both core and non-core PCE pretty much came out. Oh, actually, I should get this up here. Right to forecast. So the expectation was 0.1%. And it came out at 0.1% on both figures. So right on target. So nothing really to report there. The same thing on personal spending. The expectation was that your personal spending was going to go up by 0.2%. Anybody feel like they spent 0.2% more in April? These are all April numbers, by the way. Anyways, apparently did. And then, we've got the year over year numbers. We've got the personal income, which apparently went up. U.S. personal income went up by 0.8%. So basically, you only spent 0.2% more, but on average, people made 0.8% more. Anybody feel richer? I don't know. Anyways, and then at 10 o'clock, we do have the consumer sentiment number that's coming out, which can sometimes have a market impact. It's tough to tell. No Fed speakers today, but just, a lot of economic numbers that came out this morning. We do have, actually, there is one Fed speaker at 12:20. I'm just noticing that here now. So I don't know. I think today, the tale of the economic calendar is all going to be on what gets tweeted. So we already saw some of that effect this morning. Right after 8 o'clock, you can see how the market just took a little bit of a drop down. It dumped on a combination of futures dropping in Europe, specifically in Germany, as well as Trump tweeting some stuff about his tariffs and China. Anyways, he was making some comments about China, and I think that's what dropped the market here. So, yeah, we'll see what happens if we continue with the commentary out of the White House. We all know that has a market impact, and well, that's apparently what Carlos lives for. So we'll see if he gets what he wants.
Drama.
Today.
Yes, absolutely, man. Drama gets things moving for us, as you're seeing here this morning. All right, let's take a look at our gappers list today, friends. We got a couple of things in the green here. Let's dive into what's up this morning. Let's look at BLRX to lead off the way here. So BLRX this morning, we are up wait, hold on, I don't have the right ticker here. BLRX, it should be up much higher. There we go, 70% this morning on BLRX. So again, big pop for them today. 10 million shares traded. They are a low flow stock sitting at 3.7 million shares flow is what I'm showing here. So Peter, looks like a biotech company, BioLine. So maybe a phase trial or something happening for them.
BioLine RX. It is, as you said, a biotech company out of Israel. And they have announced that they have very positive phase 2 trials of a drug called moxifenatide. Anyways, doesn't matter what it's called. Apparently, it's working on helping pancreatic cancer patients. So positive top line. This is normally a Monday type news story, but here, we got it here on this Friday. So that's what popped this thing up this morning.
All right, there we go. So again, not typically something I will watch. It is in play, but again, just be careful if you do choose to watch any of these tickers. I'm going to move on to the next one. It's going to be SBET. This was on our list yesterday as well, and this morning, here it is. This morning, wow! Look at this daily, man. This daily is just insane. Literally, like 4 days ago, we're at $4. Yesterday had a monster day, 28 to almost as high as 90, settled around 80. And today we're up as high as 121. My goodness. Peter, what's the latest and greatest?
We were watching this yesterday and into the close, and yeah, it was getting halted all over the place. It was moving up, it was moving down. It was actually getting halted to the downside, but clearly it has recovered overnight. And yeah, it's been on a tear. I have to admit, it wasn't one that I was actively watching. I was not a believer, but look, it's still moving. 4 days later. So at least this week has been good. I mean, of course, we could never talk about it again after today. Who knows? But SBET for the moment is absolutely on a tear. So it's in play. It's already got over 1.5 million shares traded. It's up another 37%, as you pointed out, Carlos.
Jeez.
Crazy. It's just crazy. So why not? If you're a low float trader, this is, this could be your thing. So go for it. It's active.
And Peter, remind us, what's the news on this, if any?
Well, I mean, today they actually had some news, but they're taking advantage. I love it how they secured some more investment, another $425 million private placement. They basically, they jumped into the news here really just because they were launching this new sports marketplace, trading marketplace. I mean, it's a gambling site, right? So it jumped up on the news of launching this new marketplace and the combination of hundreds of millions of dollars of investment coming into it. So of course, wow, as all these companies do, they're sports betting, but as soon as you get a little bit of cash, Carlos, what do you do with it?
Calling.
You put it in crypto.
Oh,
so
I would say go all in.
That's what you do. So they had, I mean, really the key thing is actually in this case, it wasn't Bitcoin. I think they were buying Ethereum, if I remember correctly. But still, it's a crypto play. So they are, it's what every company seems to do right now. And look, it's playing well for them. Like, I don't know how it's going to pan out from a business perspective, but who cares? From a stock appreciation, they've already won the lottery. So
Yeah, yeah, pretty smart move. Wow, these guys are high flying. I am gonna have them on my list here on my secondary. I probably won't trade them. I think it's just now you really could be gambling if you don't have a strategy here, and it could be very tough to find how to trade this thing. But I want to see the action. I want to see the action, so I'm gonna put right on here SBET, and we'll see where it goes. All right, continuing on this gap up list, friends, we do have PAF. PAF normally does not trade very well, but it's on here today. And it's got a nice gap up of 11%. This is UiPath, and again, a bit of a gap up here. Daily showing a little bit of strength over the last couple of days, but we've seen this stock many times on our list. It doesn't intraday trade very well, so I'm not inclined to have it on here. I think we'll find better things to look at, especially on this gap down list. I see some names that I do like, but yeah, not one I will have on my list. Peter, what's your thoughts on it?
I mean, it's only here because of earnings. They did announce actually a pretty positive quarter, and they actually increased their guidance. So again, we're seeing this trend. If you're a software company or a services company, you seem to be able to increase your guidance and take advantage of the current market conditions. Whereas if you're a retailer, it's a much more mixed picture, right? As to whether you pull back your guidance, you reduce your guidance. In some cases, you actually hold on to it. And we'll talk about that a little bit later. But in these guys' cases, well, that was terrible English. Anyways, in this case, they
There you go.
have
Much cleaner.
increased their guidance. Oh my goodness, it's a Friday.
It is Friday. Fridays and Mondays, we can't. You just can't count on us to get the things right. You know, we just kind of Fridays we're just warming up, and I'm sorry, Monday we're just warming up, and Friday we're just looking to head right back out into the weekend. All right, let's take a look at what we have. So that kind of covers most of it. We have a few more actually. HOLO. What is this about? This is up 12.6. 1.5 million shares traded. Has made our gappers list a couple of times in this week. You can see he had a big day on, I want to say this is Wednesday, right? Yeah, Thursday. This would be Wednesday. Yesterday kind of sold off, and today gapping back up. So a little bit back and forth with some volume compared to what they normally do. They normally don't get great volume, but the last 2-3 days we're seeing some action here, Peter. Again, I don't really watch this one, but pre-market seems to have a lot going on right now.
Yeah, look, I mean, yeah, they're pulling out all the buzzwords, right? I mean, the company's called Cloud Hologram. So here's a bunch of legacy buzzwords. They had an announcement last week where they were showing positive effects, according to them, anyways. Progress in their quantum enhanced image based non-local effects processing. Okay, whatever the heck that means. And they're investing in Bitcoin. So, I mean, they are just throwing everything at the wall and seeing what sticks here. So if that's interesting to you, hollow away.
Yeah. I don't know what to think on this one. We'll keep it in the silence for now. We can always come back to it. Let's take a look. What else we have here? We have which is Uni Software. Yeah, I do. We start remembering these names. Unity. It is, yeah, Unity Software here. So these guys are up 3.5, 400,000 shares traded. We've seen this many times in the past year. I don't think I have ever traded it yet. Someone mentioned this yesterday because it wasn't played the day before as well. Today, you're seeing a little bit of action here. Again, over the last couple of days on this daily, you can see there's some activity happening here, increased volume. So they definitely are in play compared to what they normally do. But they didn't hit our radar yesterday, but today they're on here, Peter. Do you like this one for today?
No, I don't like them. I've tried to watch these in the past. I thought Unity might be good, but it's always disappointed. It just doesn't seem to get the volume, sustained volume that you can trade against. There's other things to watch.
Yeah, I want to think so too. Our gap up list, guys, is brought to you by TradingTerminal.com. At the moment, the gap up side is not providing a whole lot, right? We just got SBET, which, again, just look at this chart. It's just insane. Last but not... yeah, it's just wild. Friends, and wild also because of how it started. Like, this thing was at $10 just 4 days ago, sitting at highs 120 today. I do see Andrew in chat. Good morning, Andrew. Where is Andrew today? Is he in Rome? Where in the world are you? I know you've been traveling, so good morning, Andrew. He's in chat here on YouTube. Say good morning to him. Yeah, where's Waldo, right? So good morning to you. All right. that covers our gap up, Peter, for the most part. The next one I have here is Tiger. Back in the office. Okay, cool. Next one here is Tiger, which I was almost skipped on it because, again, we've seen this many, many times. Upin Holdings, they don't trade very well at all. So won't be on my list, Peter. I'm sure it doesn't attract you either.
No, they did have earnings this morning. So, I mean, that's probably why we're seeing them on the list. I haven't actually seen they're supposed to be like early this morning when they announced their earnings, but I haven't actually seen the results. So, limited on quarter. Let's see here. Blah blah blah. They delivered 122.6 million. What was the forecast? The forecast on them was 122.6 million. Okay, so it looks like their earnings were relatively unexciting.
Yeah.
I can't say that I've ever tried to trade it, Carlos. Based on what I'm seeing on the volume and the price action this morning, it's not going to make my list, right? 600,000 shares, and it's very spotty. I can't even find the 600,000 shares on the chart. So, yeah, I'd be moving on.
Yeah, pre-market doesn't look great. And again, just in our past experience, has not been a great intraday trading stock. We usually find something better, and I think we will today on the gap down side of things. But before we get there, Peter, anything you like that we have not covered yet that might be gapping up?
A couple of other earnings, only one of which is gapping up. I thought I'd have more gap up to talk about because there was some good news on earnings last night, but a lot of them seem to be down despite the news. The only one that's on the upside is ZS or ZS, Zscaler. Zscaler had their earnings and a great quarter, beat their numbers top and bottom line, and raised their guidance. So a good quarter for them. Now, they don't typically trade a lot of volume. That's why they don't make our list. They're still under 200,000 shares for the morning, but they're gapping up about 5%. Also not a great trader. Unfortunately, you look at the daily, you can see these tiny little candles, right? Not, trading little under 3 million shares a day on average. So, yeah, it's okay. But look, when we get to the gap down, I'll give you a couple others that are probably better to look at.
Yeah. Peter, did you change your camera, your settings on your camera? Just
No.
curious, because usually I get you full screen, but now I got you like a little like a box. You see the black lines on the side. Just curious.
I hosted a Google Meet last night, and it causes my camera to go wonky sometimes. So yeah, I forgot to
Oh,
reboot my machine. So that's
see,
probably why.
you trying to cheat on us? Something? Okay, I got you. They say you get caught. So you get caught cheating us on having webinars for other people. It's
No,
all
this is
good.
peak capital trading, man. That's what I do.
Yeah. I don't know. No, I'm just kidding.
You're not
It's all
buying it, are
good.
you?
We're not buying it.
Okay. All right.
Uh, all right, friends. All right, let's get to it. Yeah, right, Ben. He got busted doing something else there. All right, let's see. Gap down list, friends. We're very picky about our people, right? We're very on it. All right, let's see here. Gapping down, we have a couple of tickers, some big numbers: 20%, 19%, gap 15%. Let's see what we can get off of this. But right, looking at it quickly, you can tell also. Quantum is all over this list. QBTS, QUBT, Rigetti, IonQ. I mean, it's really taking over the gap down list. Let's cover some of this top stuff, and then we'll look into what the quantum stocks are doing today. Again, all down 7, 8, 5% as this shows here. Let's start with the first one though. SATS. As we start here, this one is gapping down 20%. I don't think we ever seen this one. Echoar is the name of the company. And again, a big drop for them this morning. Daily looks like they don't get a whole lot of volume, so we're most likely not a great intraday trading stock. Not a low flow, sitting at 243 million shares float. Peter, anything good happening here? I don't expect this to trade well, but the gap down is attractive a bit.
Yeah, there's some, I don't know, financial shenanigans going on with this company. This is EchoStar Corp, not one that we've looked at, but anyway, today they had a $326 million interest payment that was due, and on some secured notes that they take. So basically, they owe the bank 326 million, and based on a statement they have made to the FCC that is now in the public domain, they have elected not to pay it. So it's unclear whether they actually have the money and have chosen not to, or they don't have the money. But they've anyways, they've claimed that there's uncertainty over their business plan, and that that some of their rights have been infringed, and it affects their ability to make business decisions. So it's sort of like we're just not paying the rent this month. As you can imagine, that's not really good news for shareholders and for the company, because it's a little bit of uncertainty. And the FCC has said, we're opening a compliance review because we're not, what's going on? So all of that combined is why we're seeing this on the list. It doesn't look like, that's actually the type of news that I can often trade. However, looking at this morning with only 500,000 shares traded and the spotty price action, doesn't feel like it's going to move this particular stock, which is unfortunate because I actually like trading that type of news.
Yeah,
they're a deadbeat. They're a deadbeat dad. Well, a deadbeat investment. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, no, not good. I don't like it right now, for sure. But I will leave it alone. SMMT. So if we look at SMMT, Summit Therapeutics, I believe the name sounds familiar. Down 17% today, 1.4 million shares traded. Looks a lot better than what we just saw there. But again, that's just not typically something we look at. Peter, what's your thoughts on it? I personally don't like it.
Yeah, whenever you start getting into the fancy words, this is a biotech, and whenever you start talking about one of your results with fancy words, it's usually a warning, and I think that's what's happening here. So they say that their chemotherapy solution, and I'll quote off of their release here, demonstrates statistically significant and clinically meaningful improvement in survival of patients. However, they refrain from actually giving any data against that. So that, again, as soon as you start trotting out the fancy words, people are like, nope, not buying it, and Summit's dropping.
Yeah. I don't like it. Gap is the next one on the list, guys. Who are in the gap down. And again, Gap normally doesn't trade very well. It's gapping down today 15%, 1.3 million shares traded. But all these retail companies, man, Nordstrom, Macy's, even Foot Locker at a certain point, they're just very, very choppy. Gap sitting on the New York Stock Exchange, so you don't get a whole lot of volume in the pre-market. You really got to wait for the market open to see what it's going to do. But I feel like all these companies, these retail companies like Gap, they're so specific, right? They drop down, they gap down, and then they just stay there, right? Like you don't get a whole lot of movement at the market open. So not a big fan of this one. I don't think it's going to trade well based on what we see in the past. Peter, what's your thoughts on it? And what's capping Gap down so much today?
Yeah, they unfortunately released a statement saying that they have an expected impact. So they said that their next quarter results are going to be very flat on the revenue side, and that they expect their profits to be down between 100 and 150 million, which is going to affect the bottom line directly because of tariffs. Now, the analysts had actually expected 250 to 300 million dollar of impact. So this is less than analysts expected, but usually what happens as soon as the company actually confirms there's an impact, the stock still drops. So but like you said, Carlos, the retailers are hard to trade. For whatever reason, they just don't day trade very well. So despite the news, the Gap is probably not going to be an attractive active trading target for today.
Yeah, sure not. Let's take a look, guys, at our quantum stocks tickers. They're all here this morning. INQ, Rigetti, as I mentioned, the QBTS and QUBT. They're all on deck this morning. So let's start with INQ because they're the one with the most percentage down today. They're down 8.6, 3.2 million shares traded. So as you see on the daily here, giving some of the recent gains back. We had a big day last week, right? This was Friday. I want to say Thursday. So Thursday, big day on Thursday to close out last week. Obviously, we had a short week, so you're missing a trading day in here because we were off Monday. But you can see here, big pop and just kind of giving some of those gains back. It really could not hold up here. But it's all of them, Peter, right? This one is down. We have QUBT, way too many tickers on that one. Too many letters, excuse me. QUBT. There we go. Also down as well. QBTS was also up and down here. So any news, Peter, on the quantum stocks or sector?
I don't really see any news on the sector. I mean, I think with all the increases we've had over the last few days, it's not a surprise that it's going to retrace a little bit. I think it's just sort of a normal pullback because I'm not seeing any particular concern in the sector or any company-specific news either. So,
Yeah, yeah. Don't like that one. Sorry, I was doing something else. But yeah, QUBTS. Which one do you like the most out of all these, Peter? Are you gonna watch any?
Probably not today. I mean, I'll let the room let me know if something's jumping up. If there's one that I keep a closer eye on, it's QBTS, just because it gets more volume, and I like sort of the price is a little tighter. But other than that, yeah, we'll just have to see what happens if this becomes a trade today.
Yeah, pre-market is starting to look good. Yeah, let's see. Let's see. I like INQ. I'm gonna throw that on the list because again, my list is empty right now. I don't have nothing on here, so we got space for INQ and also QBTS. They both look pretty good. I like QBTS a little bit better. We'll put it on a secondary, but I'll put both of them because they both trade very similar, and you can just pick which one is going to trade the best. So I'll decide a little bit later which one I'll keep to kind of fine tune the list a little bit better. But we'll put QBTS here and also QUBT. Both of them looking really nice. QBTS has a cleaner daily actually. I like how this daily is here, just holding on barely to support. Let's go with that. Let's go with QBTS on the main list. All right. What else in this gappers list? I see OKLO, which I know many people do like to take a look at. They are active today, down 7.2, 1.3 million shares traded. So pulling back a bit here. Does this company do, Peter? I don't remember what the OKLO does.
That's nuclear. Am I? Hello?
I don't see no other nuclear companies on here, but these guys are down a bit. Could be interesting. Maybe secondary today.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it depends, right? This nuclear sector has been moving based on comments out of the administration. So they last moved, if you remember, because the administration said they were now fully behind nuclear and were going to support the industry and promote its use. Again, that was in reaction to announcements that China was heavily investing in nuclear and we're going to run a significant percentage of their grid off of that. So, yeah, I mean, it's been fairly quiet over the last few days. OKLO does have the potential to move, though. It's actually shown good, sort of consistent trading opportunities. Will today be one of those? Maybe. I don't know. I mean, there's nothing particular. Oh, did they have? Apparently, Omar is saying that Oklo had some news competition with Zscaler. Yeah, but this is just like them competing against each other, right? Anyways, I haven't seen the news, but if there is, then
yep.
Good.
Updating our banner below, friends, with our tickers. Secondary. Let's see what happens. I'll put it on secondary. We can always come back to it.
Sure.
Take it off or add it on. It looks to be again the gappers list showing a lot on here, but a lot is all sitting in the same area, same sectors. Looks like, right? The quantum just really taking over the list, so it's not as big as you would think. And then the couple of top ones here don't trade all that well. All right, let's SMR. We'll do that one. Then we'll hop over to what you guys like this morning. I know PLTR had news. I'm actually let's go to PLTR. I heard an announcement today that the Social Security is looking to work with PLTR based on the work that they have done for the government so far. So that's interesting. I'm surprised they're not like flying here, hitting 130 with that type of news, right? So more government contracts, they're great. I think they pay on time. So I'm surprised that it's not gapping higher if that's the case, right? That would be a good news for them. But yeah, I'm going to put PLTR on the secondary list and we'll see if that changes at the market open. But going back to SMR, it is down 6%, 686,000 shares traded. And you can see on the daily here, has been very, very active. I think worth watching. I don't see anything explosive on it besides how the daily is dropping here. The daily does look very interesting. Pre-market, we're seeing some weakness, but we're seeing a lot of weakness in a lot of tickers lately. So maybe a secondary for now. We will fine tune this a little bit later. Peter, anything on SMR or PLTR or anything you like on the gap down list this morning?
Well, like you mentioned, there was a New York Times article this morning that said that the Trump administration has given another contract or suggested they're going to expand the work that Palantir is doing to compile data on all Americans and leverage government data to data mine information. What that means exactly, the size of the contract is vague at this point. But PLTR, well, Carlos, we've talked about this many times. It's been one of the most consistent traders in the last little while. Yesterday wasn't a great day on it, to be honest. It sort of just bounced up and down in a range. But I always nowadays just keep it on my list in case, because it can move on any given day. So I like it.
Yeah, yeah, I like it as well. How about for the gap down? Anything else you like on here?
Yeah, a couple things on the earnings side that I said we'd talk about. So a trio of earnings here. Start with Marvell. Marvell Technology was one that we were watching after the close yesterday. MRVL ticker on that one. They beat their numbers and raised their guidance. So a good quarter for Marvell. Again, after hours, they don't get a ton of volume, so not always a good after hours trader. In fact, not a great trader during the day, but one I keep an eye on because it's part of the semiconductor tech sector that we tend to watch. So I thought I'd mention it. We were talking about retailers earlier. One of the big ones, Costco, COST, had earnings after the close yesterday, and a mixed picture there. They missed revenue slightly. They beat earnings slightly, but did make an interesting statement that they will only raise their prices as a last resort in light of the tariffs. They do say they expect to have a tariff impact. It likely will affect their bottom line, but they're going to take the hit to their bottom line rather than increase costs, which is largely the reason I would imagine why it's gapping it down this morning. You can see a little bit of a pop when they sort of had their earnings, and then it's been dropping sort of ever since. So very low volume this morning, not a surprise, but Costco is in the conversation because of their earnings. And the last of the three that I wanted to mention was Dell, Dell. So Dell, another mixed picture here, but opposite of Costco, they actually beat on revenue and missed on bottom line. They said the revenue increase was largely due to an increase in their AI, interest in their AI top-end compute servers and devices. So that's giving them a revenue boost, but tariffs were having an impact, and that was dragging their cost base lower. So Dell also gapping down this morning on relatively, well, I mean, it's okay volume, 860,000 shares, gapping down 1.6. So it's not down enough to have made our gappers list. But I sometimes like watching Dell. I don't know. It's hit or miss on this one as to whether it trades well. Usually a miss more than a hit, but I might watch it just for no other reason than I like to. Blast from the past, one I'll just mention for fun, had earnings this morning. Canopy Growth. Remember them? They were a lot of fun before
Yeah, of
we made
course.
pot legal. When it was
Yeah,
all illegal and Canopy Growth started publicly trading, they were doing
yeah.
great. And the second it became legal in Canada, Canopy Growth was like a horrible stock. It just dropped and dropped. Yeah, you can sort of see when it was fun and when it stopped being fun. When did legalization happen? You could probably guess. Look at that big spike that happened, right? Going into legalization in 2021, and then just nothing ever since. So,
Yeah.
500, where were we at? Almost 600, $550 down to $1.50. Yikes, how the mighty have fallen, eh?
Mm,
So,
mm.
in any event, and it's not like their core business has performed poorly. They're doing okay. In fact, they over delivered on revenue, but they didn't do a good job of managing their costs. It doesn't really matter. It's a dollar stock. I just thought it was fun because I used to watch it. It's relatively local to me here. I have a soft spot because that was one of those companies that I was. Anyways, I had dealt with when I was looking to continue my career. I was interviewing for the CEO role of Canopy Growth, believe it or not, and I was close, but they gave it to a guy who came from Molson. And look at that! See, they should have picked me.
That's what happens. Should have picked Peter. You would have been a
Yeah,
much higher situation.
yeah.
Uh,
Well, anyways, it's easy to say, isn't it, when you're not in the hot seat? But
yeah.
anyway.
Now, my question is now that basically marijuana is legal almost everywhere. I mean, I can't think where it's not illegal, where it's illegal. But now this are how can I word this? Are corner distributing agents, right? Probably the best way to do it. Are they making any money off of weed now, or is it just go to this dispensary? Like, is that role out of business now that it's legal, or
Uh,
they still have street agents doing their thing? Anybody know?
no, no idea. Yeah, I'm not the
Okay.
guy to ask on that. I have no pulse on that part of the market. I imagine based on the, at least in Canada, we love to regulate things with the amount of regulation and rules and that. I'm willing to bet that there's still a robust street corner market. The question would be, if it depends. If you're willing to pay a premium to get at least quality that's probably not pumped with chemicals and fertilizers, then you're going to go to the
Hmm.
dispensary. If you're looking for the cheap stuff, I'm willing to bet you're buying off the corner. So, you know, there's a market.
There's a
I'm
market
sure.
for everything. Oh,
I gotta
gotcha, my
believe it.
friend.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. Thought those guys would be completely out of business now, with everything just so simple and easy to pick up at the store. All right. Yeah, CGC not really tradable. We'll keep it out of my way here. It's just, man, but $1.50. That is insane. We had some good times with this one here. Anything else, Peter, before we head over to our chat?
Well, look, there's a lot of red on the screen, so a lot of the stuff we know and love and trade regularly, right, from Tesla to Apple to Amazon to Nvidia, are all red this morning. So really, that's just moving with the market. As we mentioned, the market took a big push down just after 8 o'clock this morning on both tariff and news and some tweets, or at least some social media, Truth Social postings out of the White House. So yeah, we'll see if that continues throughout the course of the day. It could be interesting. Otherwise, we could just see sort of a down leaning morning anyway. So pick whichever stock you like. I'm going to be watching the usuals, of course, because you know what, they're always good source of revenue for me. So.
Yeah. Street pharmacist. That is the word I was looking for the word. I couldn't find it. Street pharmacist is the what we use. Thank you, Mr. David. But yeah. All right. Friends, that's it. That's our list right now. Again, not a whole lot. Let's see what you guys like this morning. We'll come up with some stuff to look at here. And we'll add some more to our primary list. Let's look in our chat here. Guys, if you want to join the chat, you can always do so at bearbootraders.com. Head on over there, and you can see a couple of membership options to join in the chat here. Oh, U is taking off. Unity Software is going off here. So something is happening. Their day looks
Maybe I
good.
was, yeah, maybe I was too early in saying not to trade it, and it wouldn't be a good target. It doesn't normally trade well, but you're right. It's
Yeah,
moving at the
doesn't
moment.
normally trade well, but the only thing I like on this one, again, pre-market is doing some stuff now, but the daily does look very interesting. Like, I like the way it's setting up here for a possible breakout. Let's give it a chance. Let's give it a chance. I'm with you, Peter. Normally, this thing, if I had to bet on it, I'm saying no before yes, many times. But we don't have a lot to
Hmm.
watch today. We can actually focus on this. And volume 700,000 and
The-
climbing here in the pre-market is interesting.
There does seem to be some options activity on it, and they did get an upgrade this morning that I didn't see earlier. So Jeffries apparently upgraded them with a target price of $29. So that could be having some impact. Likely, it's the it's the call volume and the options which are causing the bigger impact here.
Yeah. All right. We'll keep an eye on that one. What else, friends? SMMT. We did look at this one, right? This is Summit Therapeutics. Yeah, I don't like this one as much. A few times I watched this ticker has not traded well. Steve, I do like you, but this one I'll keep to the side for now. Heading over here, Nvidia. Let's take a look at Nvidia. Tesla today too. We'll look at that next. Nvidia right now we are slightly down, 6.4 million shares traded. Had a nice gap up yesterday, kind of sold off, and we're back at the highs of the previous day and the low of yesterday at the moment. So Nvidia could be fun today. We'll see what it brings out. I'll add that to my list. And also Tesla. I know Elon will be talking with Trump at 1:30 today, so there'll be a press conference on that. So we'll see how that plays out. So 1:30, look out for any comments. I mean, it's just kind of saying goodbye to his role and just kind of moving on here. So, but Tesla always fun to watch. We'll add it on deck here as well. So let's go Tesla, and we'll see what happens. So
Exit interview.
Exit interview. Yeah. That,
Is
yeah.
it? I'm getting static. Is it just me, or is it anyone else hearing static?
Not sure. Make sure my mic is connected all the way in.
Yeah. All right. Everybody
Okay.
says they're hearing the static, Carlos. So not sure what's going on.
Static. Okay. I'm not hearing it, so maybe it's me on my mic. Let me make sure it's connected all the way in. Do you guys hear it now as I'm talking?
Yeah. Both on YouTube and in the chat room, everybody says they're hearing it. So.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe they're trying to listen in. I said Trump and Elon, so that's the problem. Maybe it's starting to tap into my line here.
It could be.
We'll
It does sound like interference on the line.
Yeah, they're getting on my frequency here. I got to put on the tinfoil line, tinfoil hat. All right, let's do this. Let's go over to community events and announcements. I'll figure out what's going on with the interference. I'll try to put my blocking scanners up to prevent them from listening in. Yeah, friends, head over to bearwoodtraders.com over here on the webpage. Click on webinars so you can see what's happening for the next 2 weeks. We're going to focus on this beautiful Friday as we look to end this week and this month. Peter, this is the best month of May since 1990. Just wild as far as just overall S&P 500. Good stuff, man.
I love some of it. It is. It's been a crazy month and a great month for a lot of people, but not an easy trading. At least the last 2 weeks haven't been easy trading. The first 2 weeks of May apparently were pretty good. I was on vacation, so I missed that and been into the difficult time. I love the some of the comments in the chat, by the way, on the static. Mark Adam making with it, Mayday. I don't hear it when I'm talking. I was just hearing what Carlos was talking, but he did sound like he was coming from a Second World War airplane. Mayday, this is Golf Tango 997, and we're having some trouble here. Can you direct me to the nearest runway? All right. Anyways, is it better when I talk? I'm not hearing it myself, but I can't hear myself, so I'm not sure. 100%? See, I'm good. All right. So whatever's happening, Carlos is getting some interference. They were tapping into his grid. Okay, guys, it's Friday, which means we have a light session today. I saw Mike out there. I think Mike is active, and he's going to be doing the PCT bootcamp prep meeting. So what that means is anybody who's joined the Peak Capital Trading Bootcamp and wants to get ready for the next session, which doesn't start till September, but if you want to get ready for that, get yourself prepped. There's always a lot of work that happens in these boot camps, and the earlier you start to sort of get your head aligned around what you need to do, get yourself organized, the better. So you can join Mike in that session at 11 a.m. today. That's 11 a.m. market time, so just under 2 hours from now, he'll be hosting that. That'll be in you should have the meeting room. If you have signed up for the boot camp, then you have access to the Peak Capital Bootcamp meeting room, and you can join there on the Google Meet and be part of that session. Other than that, we don't have any other sessions here at Bearable Traders for today, but we do have the chat room, of course, open all day as we always do. We'll be here until the market close. If you wanted to join that, well, you just need to be a member. You can join using any membership option from the intro right through the Elite Annual. The Elite Annual still being the best deal. Now, Andrew's back, which means you may have limited time here to take advantage of that Memorial Day sale. Do it quick, because at any point in time, Andrew could say, yep, sale's over, and we're going to go back to regular prices. So take advantage of that 50% deal. You get the 1 year full access for only $11.99, and you can join us in the chat room. You can take advantage of all of the webinars and our entire library. By the way, there are hundreds, if not thousands, of webinars in there that you can take advantage of, all on different educational topics to help you with your trading. And of course, you can talk to us as mods. We're here to help. So people do that live in the chat room. People email me. I'm always available. We'd love to hear from you. So hopefully you will join us one way or the other. And if you're there on YouTube, always, we like those thumbs of yours. Give us one in a good way, hopefully. And we would appreciate it. All right. I seem to always manage to step right into it.
Anyway, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know where you're going with that one. I'm like, well, what's a bad thumb? I don't know.
Well, I just...
I don't want to know, Peter. I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Yeah, maybe I'm watching the wrong videos. Anyways. All right. Never mind.
We need to
We'll
look at
paint an image
Peter's
for everybody. We'll
Peter's
make it even worse.
computer
Right?
history.
Make everybody wonder exactly what I'm doing out here. In any event, okay, guys, we're going to set some levels. We've only got about 5 minutes to the market open. Then I'll let you know what our moderators are watching. So mods, get your lists in. And then we're going to hand it over to our live traders with Andrew back. It's pretty exciting. We got Andrew and Brian are going to be trading live in the chat room. And of course, Carlos and I sticking with you guys on YouTube. Let's go.
All right, awesome,
What
friends.
did I say?
Get some
5
levels.
minutes? I meant 15. Thanks, Mark. Adam.
Yeah. Yep. Well, 5 minutes to probably hand it off is what you probably meant. I get it. But yeah, agreed.
Very long 5 minutes, yeah.
Yes. All right, friends, let's get some levels in here. I got INQ and QBTS as my quantum tickers for today. Towards the top. How's the audio, by the way? I could connected everything.
Yeah,
Is it better?
Now.
Much better? Okay, awesome. All right, so IonQ, friends, again, in play with other quantum tickers this morning. Low of the pre-market right now, 38.95, so we'll slam a level there. Towards the top, we're looking at high of the pre-market at 41.56. So once you do that, you can see towards above that, you do have the highs and lows. Pretty much set there, do not have to do anything else. Towards the bottom, we are going to mark down 36.59. Good area here, and then right over here, we got a lot of support and resistance at 3370. Once you do that, I think you're all set on IonQ. Another quantum ticker that looks good. I like the daily on this one specifically because we're holding on to this area of support here. Low of the pre-market, 1510. And we also have down here before we get to our gap there, 1464. Below that, 1332. And I think you have a pretty good setup coming towards the bottom here. Again, trying to hold this low of the pre-market on QBTS as we're trying to find some support here. High of the pre-market, 1585. So we will slam a level there. And then above that, guys, highs and lows for the last 2 trading days, doing a good job. Pretty much got you covered up there. Here's Unity Software. So Unity Software continues to push. Had a good day on Wednesday. Gave some back on Friday, but back into strength this morning with a couple of positive catalysts. So high of the pre-market, 2505. Just got created. The low of the pre-market just above yesterday's low at 23.43. So once you mark those two, you're pretty much set there. We're going to head over to the left and catch. I want to level in between the high and the low if we can. And yes, there's one right here, 24.28. And then above the pre-market highs, the big clean level is going to be 26.50 right on. They got a pretty nice shot there across those days. And then there is a minor, not a big level. So a minor level here is going to be 25.96. Got a little bit of support and resistance happening there, but for the most part, not as big as a level as you have as the 26.50. So there it is. That's Unity Software. Again, typically we don't watch this stock, so I'm going to be very careful. It can be very choppy, but the daily looks interesting, and the pre-market is showing some signs of strength here. So let's see if we can get something good out of this one. What we do need to get today is break out of this funk, man. This week has been brutal. Here's a Snapchat of me yesterday in my Porsche, just kind of in the backyard waiting for a profitable day this week. So let's see if things could change up. We've been a pretty rough week, not just for me, but for a lot of people. So today, let's end the week. Let's end the month strong here. All right, NVIDIA, high of the pre-market on NVIDIA, we're looking at 139.35. The low of the pre-market down at 137.61. So once you mark those two on there, you're pretty much set. You do have a lot of levels up and down here. The last 2 trading days are creating a really nice range. You do have the earnings play that came in play yesterday as well, so gapped up and sold off for the most part, but I'm trying to hold here above our recent area of consolidation right on here. So we spent like what, almost 2 weeks just back and forth here, broke out due to earnings, and then we're just kind of now on the top of that range, hopefully using that as support. So once you mark down the highs and lows here, you're pretty set on NVIDIA. Do not need to do anything else. Next is going to be Tesla, and dropping a little bit here, almost 1%. Low of the pre-market, 352.70. Below that, we do have 347.13. And then right over here, we do have 336.55. So it's a couple of key levels. Again, another one that's also just back and forth over the last couple of days, about 2 weeks or so. Broke out a few days ago, and then here just kind of giving some back this morning. Reminder, Elon will be talking with Trump later today at 1:30. More like a departure from his Doge row there. As he promised. He promised at end of May. That is when his his contract or whatever ends, and he's going to be focusing on Tesla again. All right, that's what we have. Peter, tell our friends what our team is watching this morning.
Carlos, I will. And but first, I want to say, I notice, guys, if you know Carlos, he's one of the nicest and gentlest guys you've ever met. But I'm a little concerned that he's always slamming levels onto things. Carlos, for next week, can you work on like gently placing with loving care some levels maybe on a chart?
We'll be definitely more gingerly next week. Absolutely, we could do that. We could do.
Yeah, maybe that'll help. I'm not sure. But anyways, all right. All right. On that note, guys, let's tell you what our moderators are watching. We've got some of the lists in, starting with Lenny, of course, who's going to be watching NVIDIA, Tesla, OKLO, Marvell, MRVL, U, and Path. Thor is going to be watching some of the futures contracts. Nathan is going to be watching, well, his usual Magnificent 7 and AMD, as will Avi, I'm sure. Mike B is going to be watching Mike B. Why do you call him Mike B? Anyways, Mike is going to be watching NVIDIA, Tesla, and the scanners. Jared is going to be watching SBET, CRWV, NVIDIA, Tesla, and keeping an eye in general on the quantum space. Phil's going to be watching NVIDIA, Google, Unity Software, Apple, and Netflix. Brendan is going to be watching Tesla, NVIDIA, IonQ, and OKLO. I've got NVIDIA, Tesla, and PLTR on my list, as well as Apple, QBTS, Dell, and SBET, just for fun, because it's been moving so much. I want to see what's going on. I've got one potential IPO to let you know about, a company called Pitanium that may or may not open today. If it does, I will let you know about it. And hopefully you guys are picking something good to trade. You can see Carlos's list down at the bottom. Whatever you pick, you're right, trade smart, stay focused, and hopefully you can have a good Friday to close out this shortened week. So regular week next week. But this week, we've only had the 4 trading days, and then we get another weekend here coming up. So let's trade smart. We're going to hand over to our live traders in a minute here as they get themselves all geared up. Oh, Brian's in with his list. He's trading NVIDIA, Tesla, and then the SPY overall. So pretty sticking with the basics here, which is okay for a Friday. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Looking good. All right, friends, as Brian and Andrew get going here, we will switch over to them for live trading. We'll continue here on YouTube. So just a couple of minutes left. I'm going to start getting ready here, getting my 5-minute and my 1-minute, and we'll be ready to rock and roll here this morning. So IonQ, QBTS, Unity Software, NVIDIA, and Tesla for me, and then we'll see what else comes up as far as tickers to watch this morning. All right. Looking forward to this Friday.
Switch over my platform here too. Get to the live trading config. Off we go. Laker 913 is saying place levels like Bob Ross painted. Yeah, there you go. Happy little level over here.
Yeah.
He was always it's true. He was always putting happy little trees, wasn't he, in places?
It's such a tender voice, man. I love it. Yeah. Good times. We'll try that next week.
It's a shame he became most famous after he passed away, and it was all.
Oh, did he? I did not know that.
Yeah. When did he died? I don't know, a while back, and it's really it seems like it's only been recently that he's sort of become a more famous meme. He was in 95, July 4th, 1995.
Yeah.
Anyways.
All right, let's see here. All right, see Andrew and Brian are hopping into chat, friends. We're going to disconnect. We'll see you guys a little bit later.
All right, so Carlos, what are your big targets for this morning? What do you think is?
I don't know, man. I like a couple of things on here, but let me just make sure I'm good with the chat. Okay, yeah, perfect. All right, so good there.
SBET. I just want to see what SBET is going to do. It is crazy, man. I don't know how. It's a little crazy for me.
What is it? What is it doing now?
It's up. It's back at like 108th but it
Back
was
up.
as low as like $95 just 20 minutes ago. So I
Madness.
mean, it's
Yeah, I don't like that.
yeah.
Uh, at all. Again, you can make a lot of money. Been in that situation, and you can lose a lot of money. And been in that situation too, and uh, it's uh, it's not good.
All right, there's my 5-minute alarm. We're getting Nvidia pushing down right now. Andrew's back. Andrew's back in the chat room. The sofa's still there. That's good.
Yeah,
His
back
plants
in
are
the
still
chat.
alive. I'm sure the housekeeper took care of the plants well for him.
So I got a story about that. So
About,
we were
about the
we
plants?
were about the plants. Yeah. So before Andrew got this place, he had another place. Same thing. He has all these plants. And first time or second time, me and Andrew, I go over to Vancouver, go to his place. We're hanging out, and ask him, oh man, look at all these plants. They look awesome. It's like how do you water them when you're traveling? And he looks at me like, what do you think? I can't take care of my plants on my own? I'm like, no, I'm just saying. When you travel, you're not here for a couple of days, a couple of maybe week or two. What happens? And that's when his significant other at the time says, like, don't listen to him. His housekeeper does them. If not, they'll be dead.
Yeah. Yeah, he's Andrew's good at, like, you'll make an innocent statement and then he stares you dead in the eye and says, "What do you mean? What
Yeah.
are
What
you
do you
what are you
mean?
trying
What
to
are
say?"
you, what
And
are you
you're
trying
like,
to say?
"I'm not trying to say anything, dude. I'm just asking a question. Just make a conversation." Yeah,
Good
he's
stuff.
funny that way.
Good stuff. Good morning, Jose Cruz in chat. Welcome. Steven is asking, why is the Bank of America has high volume? They always do. These companies, 5.7 million, they'll get extremely high volume. A lot of transactions happening with these financial tickers, but doesn't mean they're in play at all. So you're gonna see that a lot. I'm sure if you look at, I'm not sure if Citigroup, well, not today, but you look at these companies and they'll have tons of volume. It doesn't really mean they're in play. JP Morgan, they're pretty quiet today. Bank of America's the only one, but we've seen this before, and it
Does.
doesn't really trade well either way. So
Yeah. It does have, I mean, he's right that it has much higher than normal volume, but
yeah,
I
yeah,
don't, but it doesn't mean, like you said, that it's going to do much.
yeah.
Uh,
How much they're doing a day?
oh.
It does seem like a lot.
Apparently, Trump met with Powell yesterday.
He did. I missed that.
Apparently, yeah.
That should have been. I would have loved to have seen that on the press.
Mm-hmm. That should be. Yeah, I mean, it was a closed door
these guys,
meeting. So
these guys are out of control, man. This chat is out of control. See, someone asked me yesterday, why do you should be part of a community? Is it worth? Someone asked the question, is it worth being part of BBT? Absolutely, just because of this right here, the community. You gotta be part of a community, man. Like, this is so much fun. You don't want to be doing this alone. I don't know who did this here, but this is awesome. Oh my
Carlos,
goodness.
you're looking good, buddy.
I'm looking good, man. I hope I'm
Yeah,
gonna have
look
to
at
grow an
that.
afro now, man.
Oh my
This
goodness, that's
is this AI
yeah.
created? I don't even know, man. This is
Oh yeah,
really good
somebody.
and fast.
Yeah,
My God, this is
that is.
awesome.
See, there you go. Well, anyways, that
So
that could
there's
be your spirit animal for setting levels
yeah.
on Monday.
Oh my God, dude, that's
That is
so good.
awesome. Uh, it's funny. You talk about AI. People are using AI in ways I didn't expect. Like, my daughter was having car problems, and she went to get the car repaired. And she's always nervous about. She doesn't know a lot about cars, so she's always calling me. Hey, does this sound right? Are they telling me the right thing? And I'm like, look, I'm not an expert, but I do what I can to help. I'm like, I think so. Sounds good. Anyways, she came out there with like a $2,700 bill for something they should have fixed. And she's like, Dad, is that the right price? I said, look, it sounds expensive to me, but I'm not sure. It could be right. Like, I need more details. And then the next thing she sends me is a screenshot of Chat GPT where she's like, she plugged in her bill into Chat GPT and it said, based on the line items we see on the bill, it meets the average cost that you would expect. And then so it's in line, and here's a couple of questions you could ask. And I'm like, damn, as a dad, I'm being replaced by Chat GPT. So I'm like, okay, all right, I guess the bill's okay.
Yeah, it's
I didn't know whether to be proud of her for being creative like that or disappointed that I'm redundant. Oh,
man.
all right. I'm watching a Dell here at the open to see what it does. If it pops up, there might be a short play in it. I don't know. Dell's a tough one. There's the opening bell. The opening bell on Dell. We'll see what we've got. We've got Tesla, Nvidia moving higher.
Yeah. Tesla on the move. IonQ and Quantum on the move. All right, we got a nice start, guys. Got a nice start.
Yeah, QBTS is moving higher as well as IonQ, like you mentioned. Waiting for the volume to come in here on Dell. Just got a little volume, but no need to rush into anything, guys. If you don't see a trade you like, PLTR moving higher. If you're not watching that.
Yep.
Nvidia. Well, Nvidia didn't manage to go green, but
strong start on many of these tickers. Very nice. All right, let's see here.
Wow. All right, Dell just got a spike higher here, pushing it into green territory.
Let's see what we got going on. All right, guys, as you guys know, I'm waiting 3 minutes before I take my first trade. And we'll see what's in play. We're setting up nicely for a VWAP breakout or 5-minute RB. We'll see what looks good. CBT. It's just insane. Once to go high, it looks like. Careful. If you guys are trading this, careful. Spread is $1 plus. And it's, wow, look at that. It's going to go 120. It's probably going to get halted if it keeps going 120.
Nvidia did manage to go green, of course. Should have known. That would have been an obvious trade.
Yes, SBET is low float. Yeah, really low float. I think.
Oh yeah, less than a million shares.
Less than a million shares, right? So this is, your risk is very high. Very, very careful. IonQ, QBTS. We've been getting so many fake outs and then drops, so we got to be careful with that today.
No trade off the open for me. I was watching Dell to see what it did, if it moved up on volume and then dropped again, but it's moved up. Didn't actually get the volume I was looking for, and looks like it's holding this level here, so no trade. So Carlos is waiting at least 3 minutes. I'm going to be waiting at least 30.
Yeah. All right, here it is. Oklo, all right, 3-minute mark. Let's see if we find something that looks good for a 5-minute, for a VWAP breakout at least.
Oklo. Oh yeah. Okay, hello.
IonQ's got good volume. IonQ's got great volume. Let's see if we can keep that. QBTS. Yeah, all the quantum stocks are looking very active. Let's see which one I like here. Tesla bouncing off the VWAP.
Oh. Andrew's gone long Tesla, but
okay.
It's fighting him here. It's definitely fighting him.
Yeah, it looks good.
Nvidia,
Tesla looks good.
Which spiked higher is now dropped. I feel like Andrew's chasing things on this Friday, but what do I know?
I like Nvidia short here. Let's see how this minute close. Maybe for 5-minute opening range breakdown. I like the selling pressure on the 5-minute. This is good selling pressure here. So let's see if we can pull back, hold the VWAP, slam down. Level 2 looks weak too. A couple of orders at 138.50.
Closing in 2 seconds here.
Yeah, we'll see. All right,
5
here it is.
minutes.
New candle. Let's see how this. Oh no. Oh man. No
Did you jump?
pullback. No pullback whatsoever. No, it's just opened up and went, man.
He who hesitates is lost.
Wow. Yeah, because I needed a pullback
right there.
to at least give me a better risk to reward, but it just went. It didn't pull back at all. Did not expect that. Usually get a little pullback and then just went. Wow, 50 cents in already on that drop. And it might go even lower. It looks weak. Man.
Yeah. I was going to jump in, but not my trade typically. Trying to learn from you, Carlos. So I'm watching the trade.
This is... we just need a little bit more, and I would have jumped in on the pullback. But no, just went. Wow, it's gonna keep going. 137.62 is the next level I have. Hopefully you guys took that one.
Opportunity lost on that, Carlos.
Yeah, that's not good. Let's see. Tesla broke through VWAP on the way down. We did get a pullback. How much time left for this candle? 30 seconds. Maybe on weakness we can jump in. Also, you got two things going on here. Engulfing pattern on the 5-minute too. So if you took it for an engulfing pattern on the 5-minute, that also is a strong strategy, changing direction. So that could be good. I'm sure Andrew's Andrew's in PLTR now. He's
long PLTR. He got stopped out hard on Tesla.
All right, so here it is. Like Tesla short, but I want to get a better entry than here, man. I want to get a bit of a pullback. Things are they're not just pulling back like they normally do. They're just going like. And I don't want to have a bad entry. I don't want to entry's everything. I don't want to have a bad entry. I want to get a good risk reward here. Come on. 355 at least. $355. All right, so here it is. 355. Now we want to see. Yeah. I'm going to go short here. This seems like a good spot, 355. Let's see if we can break lower to 354. So let's see if this is going to work out. Yeah, we needed a good entry because if not, forget it. We'll just get killed here. But let's see if it actually is going to sell off. I like the 5-minute, good engulfing. Let's see if we can get to at least 354. Let's see if the sellers are truly in control here. I don't see anything in the level 2 that's telling me up or down. So there's really nothing here that's
no.
That's significant.
But I agree, yeah. Nothing on the level 2. Do it for Carlos, man.
Yeah, let's do it. All right, here we go. Let's get. This is the market we like. Oh, there you go. Very nice. I'm going to take 2 parcels here, guys. It's a big drop. Nice pop there, 354. Nice drop to 354. Let's see if the fun is going to continue. And how's our NVIDIA play? Would it have worked out? Oh, man, NVIDIA would have worked out so nice for us, Peter. Just looking at it now. That's a beautiful 5-minute RB breakdown on NVIDIA. All right, let's see if we can get the continuation on this thing. My stop will be at break even now. We're not going to give anything back on this. I don't like the fact that we're not breaking down right away. So this candle closing now is going to be important. It has to close red, or else I'm probably going to get out of it, because you're going to get this back to VWAP situation, and we have almost $1 on this. I don't want to give it back. So let's see. Come on. Got to close red. Got to show weakness. Okay. Well, it didn't close red, but this one started okay. Let's make a new low. It's struggling. I'm going to take another partial here, guys, because it's really struggling to get lower. So just kind of play defense on it, because it's having a real hard time with that 354. Yep, there it is, struggling. I'm going to get out of it. I'm not giving anything else back on this thing. So not bad, not bad, not bad. First green trade of the week. My goodness, it's been rough, friends. It has not been. Oh, I'm so glad I'm out. Look at this. See, I knew it, that if it didn't close red here, the chances of it shooting back up to the VWAP were very high. So glad we took this defensive partial here, and we're out at break even, because just the way that the price action was forming didn't look good. And now could be a long if we get our VWAP breakout. Let's see. Took short on Nvidia. Don't have capital to survive the pullback's all-time high. What do you mean?
What?
I don't understand that banner. Took short on Nvidia.
So I assume this is a swing trade or something.
Don't have capital to survive pullbacks.
Carlos, Nvidia.
I don't want to look at it, man. I don't want to look at it. I can only imagine. That was probably the trade for us, man. That was a big one.
Yeah. Oh, well, opportunity comes and goes. We'll just wait for the next one.
ATM is at the moment. I did not know that. I learned something new. So ATM is at the moment. Okay. See, Andrew went long at Tesla, and I agree. This is a good long here. I like the setup. We got the breakout candle, we got the pullback, and this is the go ahead candle, the confirmation candle. I like it. I kind of missed a good entry already, but yeah, there it is. Oh, Andrew, nice. Let's go. Andrew's got a good entry. Andrew entered here, and he added on this one, and this hopefully can get to high of the day. Would be awesome. Oh, Nvidia 137. Wow.
See, sometimes it's more painful the trades that you didn't take, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, they're more painful than actually the red trades at times. I don't understand. It's like, man, I think it's because you didn't execute. I think not executing is it's like kind of like not acceptable. Come on.
Yeah.
Carlos, I don't have a lot of money to risk, so I got out when I made $100. I will stay in if I could make more than three trades a week. Oh, okay. So you're on the got it. All right. So I'm not sure when you got short, but another thing you could do is if you're battling the PDT is, I remember if you take let's say 100 shares, which I know you didn't take that, but just if you take 100 shares and you took it as a short. If you like the way things are going, it's just partial, because I still consider part of that initial trade, right? So if you took 100 shares short and you partial 25, that's still one round trip. It doesn't count as like every individual trade, right? So when you close out the 100 units, that's one whole trade. It's not another day trade, right? So it can help you to stay in the trade a little bit longer if you got into a good move, right? That you want to kind of be in a little bit longer. But again, if it's part of your plan, don't go changing anything if it's not part of your trade book. And I always tell people, before you make changes, like go back to your journal and apply that change and see if it would have made sense. Maybe what I'm telling you could be the best advice for someone, and it could be a horrible advice for you. So you got to go back and kind of look at the journal to see if it makes sense. But just throwing out some ideas to you.
Yep. And it might make sense on an individual trade, but not in aggregate, right? So again,
Right.
sometimes
Yeah.
we make these decisions based on a single data point when really we need to calm down and make decisions on more, on the broader statistics. We all have recency bias, right? We have to keep that in mind, that sometimes it makes perfect sense to you at that moment, but really when you look at the data, it may not support what you actually thought you were seeing. So
Yeah. Nvidia, you're laughing at us. That's what it is. You're just making us look bad. You just want to make us look bad. Feel like crap going into the
it
weekend.
painful? Look at that.
We would have been in here, guys. Let me just. In fact, we would have been 5 minutes. We would have been right in here, me and Peter, right there. Just this drop right here, we would have been extremely happy with. Now we going down to 136.32.
You called it, Carlos. I should have
Yeah,
instead of following, I should have just listened to what you said. It made sense to me. I'm like, yep. But like you,
Yeah.
I was waiting for the pullback, and it just didn't even give a cent of pullback. Like nothing.
Just went opened up and just shot down.
Yeah.
What is happening? Look at Tesla. We didn't take Tesla. Look at Andrew. Andrew's over here with his hands up. Andrew's like, man. It's another one that we didn't take here. This is a Tesla breakout.
Yeah.
I got a green trade. I'm happy. I just cannot get mad at that. But my goodness. Let me show you Andrew's trade, guys. Let me show you here. So for those that don't know, here is what our chat looks like. So you have a bunch of stuff here. You have Andrew. You have the members chatting. Let me move Andrew over here. Make him a little bit smaller. Here we go. But here's what our live chat room looks like if you have not been in it. So Andrew, this one didn't work out, got stopped out, but the second one, add, and boom, look at this. Yep. This pop is wonderful. So that is an amazing trade. So it's another ad here too, a little ad right on there as well. So nice trade, Andrew. Beautiful. All right, this is a good day. This is the type of days I like to see. Things are moving well. Yeah, because the last 3 days were just brutal. Like we did not get these type of opportunities. Even the ones we missed, Peter, at least we could say, you know what? We missed that. We could have taken that. The last couple of days, we didn't even see that. Like we didn't see even a place where we say, you know what? This could have been a good trade. It was just garbage. So good to see the market acting right on this Friday.
OKLO had a good move up through yesterday's close. I notice it's back red again, but
the guy from Brazil says this is just an instinct, but I think something big is going to happen next Monday. Let us know, man. What do you know? Who do you work for? And what did you hear? What did you hear to the grapevines, huh? QBT. look at SBET. Can you imagine saying, oh, you know what, I'm going to take a couple of shares here at 120. It gaps down and gets halted at 104, and then it opens up just now at 98. This is where good traders come to die. It's what it is. This is where good traders come to die. I'm telling you, this is gambling, guys. Straight gambling. So please stay away from this stuff. It's a death trap, absolutely, because you don't want to be touching this, man. And I'm sure, because there's all kinds of traders in this thing, right? I'm sure there's a trader in here that was smiling, laughing at 120 up, a couple of grands here, and now he's either in the red or even losing a ton in a matter of seconds, right? So it's not worth it. Casual $3 spread, right? Yeah, it's just brutal. QBTS. QBTS looking to break previous day close. The problem is it doesn't move much. Like you got to take a lot of shares to make it worth your while on QBTS. Still can trade well. What do we have here? PLTR, things are settling down a little bit, but I don't see anything I like right now. Peter, no trades for you yet, or did you have one?
Nope.
No?
Nope. Nothing yet.
So fine. Yes, I agree with you. I agree. It's messy up there. So fine is saying that too many levels up here for it to break out. Yeah, I agree. In fact, you're better off just waiting for the break to happen, the retest, and then the continuation. So yeah, I agree. It's getting messy too now. Like you can see it here too, right? It's just might not be worth it. Tesla trying to hold. Yeah, Tesla's a great one. Tesla should be happy, right? Elon's ending his focus on the government stuff, focusing on Tesla. So this is good for them. That's what the company wants. That's what the investors want. So no surprise that they've been rallying pretty good the last couple of days. I'm sure that's how you pronounce it, but Sophian, I like Sofine better. Sofine, I like that better. But you're right, Isai. I'm sure that's the way it's pronounced. All right, let's see here. Tesla trying to hold. They are launching their robot taxi. Yeah, I saw that in Austin, Texas, right? Is it Austin, Texas? Austin, Texas or Arizona? I think it's Arizona. I'm getting the locations mixed up. But yeah, Robotaxi is launching June 12th. And if that does well.
Oh, no. Come on.
It's man. Austin, right? Okay. Peter's going to be getting picked up on its airport trips on a Robotaxi.
Hell no.
Peter, we have no choice. This is where life is going. We're going this route.
Look,
this is happening.
And that's okay. Again, once life goes there, I'm good because that means there'll be thousands, if not millions, of people that have tried it before me. I'm not being the guinea pig customer. I don't want to be one of those stories of like first guy to die in a robo-taxi accident.
Our friends in Austin have agreed to be the first ones to get that done. Yeah. The queues are dumping hard. Yeah, I see everything kind of folding up here. My goodness, NVIDIA. This trade, we're not, I'm not recovering this week. It's gonna be a red week. We had too many red trades this week, but this trade would have put us pretty close to break even.
Yeah.
This is a monster trade. Would have been.
It's hurting.
$2 in.
Watching this. I know.
Wow.
So painful.
UGI forever made his money. He's out. Good call, man. Have a great weekend. And glad you made your money. Hit that thumbs up before you leave. Gingerly. Hit it. Nice and gingerly and and we don't slam it.
I'm gonna make you all self-conscious about that.
Yeah, I am gonna be noticing now every time I say slam those levels. Place those levels here and there. All right, what else we have, friends? I'm down $1,000 this week. Yeah, Eugene, I'm down pretty good too. This is the last week of the month. The month is okay, but we did give a lot of back. We had a great month. Let's not, we can't be picky over a couple of weeks. But May was really good to us. A lot of opportunities, a lot of one and done days. But just this week, it's like it really tried to tear us a new one this week. It really did. But yeah, it's earnings season kicks up again. This is July. Not sure how long we take off, but that should help get things moving also. Peter, I know you were looking at Dell. Dell seems to be trying to do something here, trying to find some support.
Yeah, I was watching Dell earlier, but I didn't like the way it was moving off the open. I don't trust it to continue moving now that the open's sort of come and gone. So
Drew just got out of Nvidia with a 4R win.
come on, Drew, man, stop.
How can we block him? Can we
It's
block him? Is there a way? Good stuff,
no,
man. So
that's
happy
just
for
us
you.
being bitter. We're just upset that we screwed up. So
Yeah.
well done, right? Credit to you, man.
Yeah,
Did it
absolutely.
properly. That's what we should have done. But did we? No.
Numbers in 5 minutes. What do we have in 5 minutes? Let's check the calendar numbers. Consumer sentiment. Okay. Does that move the market, Peter? Has it moved in? I haven't noticed if it has moved in the last couple of times we've done the consumer sentiment.
It does sometimes, but not usually. Not usually. So
Okay.
we'll see today. You never know, right? When the economic data is going to have a greater impact than not. The expected outcome that we're looking for here in 4 minutes is, let's see here, May, consumer expectations, consumer sentiment. This is what I'm looking for. It's pretty much sort of, they're not expecting some radical new levels. So should be, come on, I'm trying to get my data here. Should be fairly innocuous, I would think, but
Yeah.
you just never know. Here we go. It's at the low end of previous forecasts, so, but yeah, tough to tell. Tough to tell what that's going to mean. Probably nothing.
I see. Question: why is Uber down? I mean, this Waymo, not Waymo, but these robo taxis are not great for Uber. Although Elon did mention partnership with Uber or using their robo taxi, because you still need a platform to actually get it out there, right? So Uber's a great platform for that. And then drivers managing like a fleet, right? This is like conversations, very preliminary stuff. But yeah, this is a threat to their business, because what if Tesla decides, you know what, we could make more money also by creating another company, which Elon's very good at doing, creating another company that can do also the booking and the rides, right? So that's a threat to Uber big time, and to Lyft. So this is not good to have this ever competition. If I was the Uber CEO, I'll have an office right in the Tesla headquarters, saying, I'm talking to Elon every day. Hey man, how can I help you? Let's do this together. I'll be all up in that office, man, because this is a big threat to you. Yeah, why not? Oh man, it's like all these CEOs. They all opened up they all got a house near the White House to be close to Trump and all that. Same thing here. Uber has to be close to Tesla on this deal. PLTR, let's see. PLTR, yeah, he's just, again, with the sell down that we just had, now we're seeing a little bit of some sell-offs here. But now you just got to watch the overall market and see when things are planning to kind of bounce back a little bit here. Long PLTR, small size. Not me. I'm just reading a comment. Okay. Yep. Are you playing off the support levels? Let's see, what do we have? SBET halted again.
Yeah, it's not having the big banner day that it did yesterday, is it? It's moving lower
again. Dell sideways. Tesla trying to stay above the VWAP here. Tesla could be a good long again if it can hold the VWAP. Like this drop here, it did not want to do this drop. This was the market's fault. When Tesla was ready to break from the previous day close here, the market kind of gave it too much weight and brought it down. But I think this is gonna go again. I think it wants to go green today.
The market's fault. All right. We're seeing orders come off the books as we're waiting for this economic number, as usually happens. Just coming out here any second now. Okay, 50.8. Oh, came out more bullish than expected. 52.2 is the number. So there you go. It's consumer expectations a little more positive than anticipated.
All right, SPY's reacting.
So
This could be
what
good.
The market's going to do. Not much so far,
good.
is it?
Yeah.
So not that much of a surprise, I guess.
I wanna go long. No, come on. I am getting late to the stuff here. I want to go long Tesla, but want to be close to VWAP. I want to play along here. And I'll be honest, I don't have a strategy for this. This is just me playing off the VWAP. I think the stock wants to be strong. And if the market shows strength, I think it can go green. So there's not a VWAP breakout or 5-minute RB. This is just if I can get a pullback. This would be just a gut type trade, I guess. So don't follow this. I mean, don't follow anything, but definitely don't follow this. Yeah, here it is. I like it. All right, so we're gonna go long. I wanted a better entry, but I think this thing wants to go green, man. It's very strong today. I love how it's held the VWAP. Let's see if we can get back to 358.50. That'd be awesome if we could do that. So we long Tesla. Andrew's long Nvidia for the bounce here. Especially look at the market go. That is good for us if we can get going here. See if Tesla can give us a pop. Yeah, Jonathan, exactly. When you start out, the gut feel type trades are not good because you haven't built the experience yet. But once you trade it for a while, like many of you guys have, once you got a couple of years in, then your gut feeling can give you some good opportunities. But you can't have a gut feeling like every single trade. That's not going to work. But once in a while, you do see something where, like, this is not a trade, not in my trade book, but I feel this can happen, right?
Yeah. Now I talk about gut feelings a lot. Here, let me just give you the short speech on it. You have to earn a gut feeling, right? It is not something that you just inherently have. And unfortunately, before you earn the right to a true gut feeling, your brain is going to make up fake gut feelings. So what I'm really just trying to say is that we have a remarkable ability of filling in the gap. You ever had a gut feeling you're going to win the lottery? Or you had a gut feeling that it's going to be your lucky day, or right? Like how many times have we had these, what we call gut feelings, that truly is just us guessing as to what's going to happen, right? And our hopes and dreams fill in the blanks. A real gut feeling is really when you're actually processing data or analyzing a situation, like subconsciously. When you're not consciously making an effort to do that, but your analysis says, I think there's something here, there's an opportunity, and usually athletes, anybody that's focused on a specific area of expertise for a long period of time, they've earned that gut feeling and it's legitimate. So when you're a trader, you got to be careful about the early gut feelings can give you a false sense of security in taking a trade, which, as we probably all know, if you've ever done it, right, more often than not turn out to be wrong. But after you've been trading for a while, your gut feeling can be very important because it actually is you processing information without the conscious effort of going through that, your normal processes of doing so. So yeah, gut feelings are great, but wait until you earned it. When is that spot? That's the magic, right? Because you never know until, frankly, you're well into, a long trading career and you realize, you know what? I'm usually right on these things. Andrew is a great example, right? He follows his gut all the time, but he's worked hard for a decade now to earn that gut feeling. And so if you're not at that level, then I would always be skeptical of what your gut feeling is telling you.
Yeah, yeah.
There you go.
Agreed. Agreed.
That's my
Well
short
said,
speech.
Peter. No, no. This is as Jim says here, as Kevin said. This is why he's here. He comes here. So
Yeah.
little knowledge of wisdoms there. Ravi, so seriously, his wife won $800 on a lottery ticket, missed by one power number. Otherwise, we both would
Oh,
have to work ever.
wow.
Dude, that
Yeah.
that is that is intense, man. That is intense.
Yeah.
One power number. Wow.
You know what? That's the difference, isn't it? I mean, that's the way they build
Mm.
those lotteries, right?
Yeah,
It
yeah.
always amazes me how, yeah, you get like 4 out of 6 numbers and you win like $12, but if you get all six, you'd win $12 million. Like it's
This
amazing
is
how,
wild. Yeah.
yeah, so close and yet so far. Oh,
Let's see here. I don't play. I only play. I used to play when like the office would do something like, oh, it was like at a point where it's really high, right? The Mega Millions or whatever, and
yeah.
then we all do just like a pool. They'll put $10 or whatever. But man, the
My
chances of hitting are so hard.
My
Impossible.
dad is a stats guy. He used to work for Statistics Canada. And
Yeah.
when I was a kid, he used to call lotteries a tax on the mathematically disinclined. So that's
Mm.
always stuck in my head that, it's
Yep. Yep.
if you're not good at math, then lotteries seem like a great deal. And that being said, my wife, like, I joke it's her retirement plan because she's always like thinking, I'm going to play the lottery to make enough money to retire. And I'm like, that is not the best retirement plan, really. But,
Oh man.
can't dissuade her from it.
Um. All right. Tesla struggling. Spy pushed up, but then it's just kind of halted a little bit. So we'll see if we can get going. You guys are mentioning PLTR. PLTR, good bounce. Yep. Yep. Did very well there. What else? Marvel. What's going on, Marvel? MRVL. I see at the VWAP. Yeah, yeah. I'm not a fan of the way this stock trades, but I see what you're looking at here at the VF for a possible breakout. Um, and good turnaround move. Yeah, like a lot of stocks have done this, right? They had that initial drop, and a lot of them have somewhat come back here. Tesla didn't drop that much because it was on his way up, and it's just pulled down to here. But Nvidia trying to get going. And Andrew's long here, guys. He's in from somewhere here, and he just added here. So he's
Yeah,
he's looking for that breakout to the V
pretty,
up, which I think is coming, man. I think he's trying to get it done there.
pretty signature
Tesla,
Andrew move there.
yeah, it is. It is. He loves those reversals. Um, and I'm trying to do the same thing, trying to get this reversal back up to previous day close on Tesla. Um, and Unity software. I know you guys mentioned it. Actually, not that bad the last couple of minutes. It's just the volume. Like the flow of the price action is good, but the volume is so bad, right? So it just becomes a little bit more difficult to trade. But yeah, yeah. IonQ, good man. Market is back to what we want to see, and Tesla is doing good for us here. All right. I want to hold out to the previous day close, but I also hate being greedy. I feel like, oh, we got to get to this level. I feel like, if when I say that, I feel like I'm just getting greedy. Barissa, good morning. The better late than never, man. Glad you're here. Thank you for joining.
Yeah,
Um, glad you're here. As we're looking at some of these trades, hopefully work out nicely and softly. Push that thumbs up button. 275 likes. We would love to be at 400. I think 400 is a great number. Any given day, 400 is like, 400 is like that number. Like, 275, you're not good enough. Like you, Peter, yeah, you guys are, 400 is like, we're doing something. We feel complete. We feel full. It's great. Anything under that, it's we're very appreciative. We really are. But it feels like we're not doing something right. Like we got to do more, right?
I feel like I have I scarred you, Carlos?
I noticed you gently and softly pushing buttons there.
Softly just press that button there. Push it on down. No, see now, one of the things I do, man, I try not to use when I'm doing the pre-market show and you kind of going over it, over everything, and you pause a little bit. You instead of
Yeah.
pausing, you do
No.
I try so hard to be so conscious of that, but it's hard, man. It's
It
so
is
hard,
very
especially
difficult. Yeah.
when you're talking faster. Usually, we got to get through a lot of stuff. We want to do it quickly and effectively. The are just like I can't get rid of them. So I'm very
Yeah.
conscious of that, man.
I do that a lot too. So
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
not alone,
So
Alex.
yeah, yeah. So, but again, we're live, right? It's very different than somebody sitting there um, with a reading. What is it? What do they call the thing? The proctors.
A teleprompter.
The proctor. Yeah. So
Teleprompter.
it's very different. There's no ums there. There's no loss of thoughts or words. When you're live, it's a whole different animal.
That's true. When you have time to sort of think through your statements, or you don't have to. You're just reading. You're just reading off the prompter, like you
Just
said.
reading
It's
off. Yeah. Yeah.
much easier. But
Much
so
much
radio
easier.
DJs, I always admire radio DJs because they don't have as much of a script, right? So it's much more difficult.
Yeah. 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 And I'm sure that these guys take classes, right? Like we haven't taken no courses in class on how to get better. I'm sure these guys do that as well. I said it. See, just talking about it. Just said it. What is going on? I'm enrolling myself in a master class after this on how to host. All right. Tesla really struggling, guys. I mean, it's just went out to 358. Couldn't get the previous day close. What's the SPY doing? SPY is still holding. SPY is still holding. But a Tesla not wanting us to give us that previous day close. No reason for us to jump out yet. But I want to see some progress on this. Hopefully soon. Yeah, correct. Yeah, I agree. It's not as authentic if you have everything written out for you, right? But these guys do a great job. Like if you look at the news, that's all scripted, but they don't make you feel like it is, right? Because it's just so natural. So you have to learn how to write. Like when I was making a lot of YouTube videos, I try to script things, and even for me, it's so unnatural to read it back. It's not ideal. So I was like, I'm just gonna freestyle this and do it off the cuff. When you try to do it on a script, it's very, very difficult.
It is.
Because you write it, there's this thing. You actually write it the way you write is not the way you speak. So I will write something, and I'm like, this doesn't make any sense when I'm saying it back to the camera. It's brutal. So I'm like, I can't do this. I'm just gonna. Oh yes, 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 yes. I sound like Paris. Oh yes, 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 yes. I love you, Tesla.
Oh yes.
I
All right,
love
there you
you,
go.
Tesla.
You got your move.
We got it. We got it. We got it.
Nice. Well done.
Very good. Very good. PLTR. Oh yeah, PLTR. Andrew's long. I didn't even know. Andrew's long PLTR too. Andrew's long everything. He's long on all kinds of stock, but he's long PLTR. He took some partials here above the high of the day. I assume that line is on PLTR. So good.
It's funny. Andrew's just saying, I missed trading this week, and I've missed this type of market. And I'm thinking, little do you know, buddy,
There was
this is
not.
like the one
Yeah.
good day.
This is the best day all week, at least for the way I trade, and also for the way he trades. Because Andrew trades good in these type of markets when you got this type of movement.
Yep.
That choppiness, it's rough. It's really rough
Yep.
to trade the choppiness we got in the last 2 days. But yeah. Here we go. Tesla, very nice. Very nice, very nice. A lot of things trying to go green. Yeah, SPY had a big push. If you look at the SPY, Had a nice pop here. SPY is also trying to get to that previous day close, trying to go green here as well. So they're trying. But yeah, whoa. PLTR, big recovery. That's a $3.50 move on PLTR. No, nah, like $4. $4 move from the bottom, right? Even from here, you still got a $3 move from like where you probably could have entered in this area. This is why PLTR is nice, very explosive. Why did I have it on my secondary list? That's weird. So now I normally will put my stop to break even, but I am going to actually put it higher. 358. I really don't want to see this lose the previous day close. I'd rather close everything out and then just look for another opportunity to rejoin. I don't want to go in below the previous day close anymore. We're going to protect our profits a little bit strong here. I don't know if this is ending volume or wow, what is going on? I mean, I like what's going on, but look at Tesla go here. Nvidia's trying to go as well. Unity's going 26. IonQ, Quantum kind of struggled today. Started off strong and then didn't really do a whole lot. Oklo also pushing higher here. Oh man, Nvidia's trying to make our week nice. I'm sorry, Tesla. Robotaxi? Is this all Robotaxi news? Because I know everything is going up, but Tesla seems to really be.
Tesla's getting a good, better than average move, yeah.
Yeah, and also PLTR. See Andrew also taking partials up there. PLTR also getting a great move. Regilio, you chickened out on which one? On 4 plays today? Oh man. Elon in office news. Well, he's back in office, right? As far as back to Tesla, so that's good. Yeah, this is the move I kind of expected from PLTR because that headline of them, the government looking to put them into more contracts, that's good. Like, we don't know the details yet, as Peter mentioned before, so we got to wait and see. It might be a nothing burger, but the fact that you're in the conversation, I mean, that's good. That's really good.
Yeah. God, look at PLTR go.
It's going, man. And Andrew is in it to win it, baby.
Yep. He started a little rough, but he's, as usual, picked it up.
Yeah. So beautiful, man. Great stuff. All right, so just 2 trades for me, both on Tesla short and then on this beautiful breakout long here. Ecam says he took partials on PLTR too fast. It always seems that way when stocks do this. I agree. It always seems that way when you keep going. But if it would have turned around when you took your 3rd partial, you wouldn't feel that way, right? So you can't play it both ways, It's like with me on this Tesla trade right now. If this thing goes to 400, I'm gonna say, wow, I partial too hard, right? But just gotta trade with the information you have, right? Because yeah, if it goes to 400, I'm gonna say like, why did I take all of these shares off here? So yeah, always seems that way after the fact, hindsight. So don't feel that way, man. Just trade your plan. If you trade your plan, that's the most important thing. And your plan can cover both. It can cover something trending like a PLTR or a Tesla, and it can cover the normal market conditions, which usually go like this, right? This is usually what you get, and then drop or something. So because that's something I struggle with too. Like I partial a lot. I try to be patient, but my plan is to partial in the way I do. And sometimes when you get these great runs, it doesn't look great on the chart. Today, fear of loss being Friday made me miss out on so much stuff. Yeah, you know what? I don't like to think in streaks. And this week I had to think about 5 trades in 3 days, or 4 trades in 3 days. I'm not sure. But all red. I maybe had one green one, but a lot of them just the whole week the day has been red for the last 3 days. And coming in today, you think about that. You're like, okay, what are we gonna get? But as the more you do that, the more you're patient, the more you follow your plan, the more confident you build that, okay, this is just a regular day, just a regular day. Follow your plan, and don't change anything. It's so easy when you're not as experienced to start changing things, and Tesla's going higher, and trying to find a solution when their solution is this just was not your day, like it was not our week, right? So there's nothing you need to change. So coming in here with that thought of missing opportunities, I get it. It's because you're being more protective based on what you saw the last couple of days. So 100% understand that. Wow. This is gonna recover a lot of the week. This is gonna make our week very nice. Not as far as profit, but making up for a lot of these losses. Man, oh man. I took Tesla long at 356, partial 2 times, and sold everything at 359. How do you guys hold it longer without getting nervous? So here's what I tell people, right? If you have a target, right? Let's say you got in at 356, 359. That's a great move. You got $3 out of this thing, right? That is a good move, right? So what I would say is, if something is strong, try this. Try taking, like, if that's your target, 359, try taking 50% off, even 80%. Like, hey, if I reach my target, take 80% off, and then leave 20, keeps you in the trade. You're not gonna bug out if 20 comes down, 20% of your original comes down to 358. That's not gonna be a big deal for you. You just get out. But at least you have 20% that keeps going here. You're still in the trade. You don't have that FOMO of getting back in and adding on because you're all out of it, or thinking, I still could have been in this. You hit your target, take 50%, take 80%, leave a little bit to see if it goes. Peter, I think you do this as well. You did it. You did it this week, I think, right? You took some off and you left 20%. So. Correct. That's the way to do it. And if you see, and this is where you got to go back to your journal. And if you notice that, hey, the way you're trading, when you're taking your initial partial, you're still getting extra. Play with the numbers. Maybe instead of 80%, you take 50% off and you leave 50, right? And vice versa. So kind of play with the numbers and what makes more sense based on the way you're trading. But yeah, on moves like this, I don't recommend taking everything off. I always recommend, take a big chunk. If that's your target, take a big chunk, but and leave some for the potential of the continuation. Doesn't have to be a lot, could be just literally 20%. Keeps you in the trade, keeps you calm, keeps your psych. It actually does more benefit to, well, it does benefit to your P&L, but it does more benefit to your psychology because now you don't feel like you're missing out. You're in the trade, right? So it kind of calms the nerves. It's like, oh man, I could have been at 361. You're in the trade. 20%, you're in the trade. So keeps you calm, cool, and collected. All right.
And if managed well, it generally can be more profitable. But there's conditions on that, right? Like more often than not, you're going to get stopped out on that 20%. Mm-hmm. But when it does work, right, and you manage to hold, that's when you basically make it all back, right? Because it's worth it. Because that's when you capitalize on the really big moves.
Yeah, and a great example. We use his example, 359, right? So you got everything out all here. Maybe that's a straight line. You take 80% off. Let's say you leave 20. You stop 20 below the previous day close. So this is what you're risking on that 20%. Look at the potential in this specific situation, right? So eventually you're going to hopefully get more of these and stop out more of that. And that's what Peter's saying. That's going to pay for many, many more times, right? So
I hate to... sort of trading against Andrew here. He added to his PLTR trade at the top, but it looked like there's a pullback opportunity to me. So I've gone short
Are you
a little
short?
bit on PLTR. Yeah. We'll see, though. It's a little iffy. It's early for this type of short, and it didn't quite meet my strategy because it actually, PLTR, you notice on that second peak, it actually went higher, created a new high of day. So it may not be ready to drop. But if it does, we should be able to get a move down to VWAP. I'm hoping.
These people are reckless. Motor vehicle sent me a text saying that my license is suspended, my registration is suspended, and I need to go to this website and pay. Okay.
What?
Okay. DMV from a 973 number. Like, seriously, man? Like, who falls? But you know, if you look at it, it starts off good, but then it's like, come on, DMV. None of these government agencies, they don't text, they don't call.
Yeah.
Everything is letters. Everything comes in the mail.
Yep.
Let's see here. All right. Yes, this is Epic Pen. Really, really good, guys. I highly recommend it. So many great. I actually pay for the premium because such a good software. I'm like, you know what? Let me support. I use this every day on every webinar and every pre-market show. So I pay, I think it was $29 to get the premium. So you get access to a little bit more stuff like the triangles, the writing. You know, change colors. Like the free one has great features. You don't need nothing but the free one. But I say, you know what? This is such a great program. I wanted to just kind of support them, so I paid them the $20 to get everything. And it's pretty good. Like, I like this too. Like, they have this. I should use this actually. Does this make sense to you guys to have this on? You can see where my cursor is. So maybe I should use that. Keep that on too.
I paid for a software license a long time ago. So yes, same thing. It's good. Sometimes it has some issues, but
it's, you know what it is. Anything that writes on the screen, and I got a 3090 on this thing, NVIDIA 3090. It doesn't matter. The graphics cards do not like this at all. It's when you write on it, the bandwidth shoots up. Like if you look at your task thing, it shoots right up. And actually, here's the reason why I use two computers now. When I was streaming on the same computer, I was trading and using this. Man, the stream it'll get choppy. It'll just blow up the render time because the graphics is not like this. So now I use two computers. One does the streaming only, grabs the screen, and doesn't mess up the stream for you guys. But yeah, it's really nice. But yeah, it does have that situation where it does act a little bit funky. Hopefully with upgrades, they do make it better and better. See, like this is smooth. Like if you do, oh, there is smooth.
Well, it looks like Andrew wins again. I got it at break even on PLTR. See if it goes higher now.
Where's Andrew's charts? Oh, Andrew might be coming on here. All right, let's make sure we're ready for him.
Make sure we're ready.
Make sure we're ready for Andrew. All right, man. Tesla. Let's go. Carlos, I recently blew up my account on overtrading. Any advice from you, Peter, on how not to blow up? Done the same, man. Done the same. Not blew up the account, but did a very nice big hole in it. That was worth $17,000. It was so big it could fit the value of a Honda Civic right to the $17 hole. Could fit a Honda Civic, and that's exactly what I did. So it's tough, man. There's so many things that we could tell you on what to do, but I think the first thing is, just reflect on what happened, understand what happened, and everybody's unique situation, right? It's different. But go back and review it as a learning experience, right? That's how you have to chalk it up as a learning experience, and review the crap out of what took place, and know that this can happen again if you do what you just did, right? But that's the first thing, man. Just go back, reflect on it, document it, breathe it, be upset, go punching bag, but learn from it. You gotta learn from it, because it can happen again. It can happen again if you don't make changes. And then there's a bunch of other great advice we can give you, on how not to do this, right? And it's not just one thing, it's a series of different things that come all together to help you not do this, all being around discipline. Discipline is probably the biggest thing, and I know that sounds very vague, but it is. That's where it starts with everything. Yep. Peter, you got anything to add to that?
No, you're right on it.
So, but yeah, man, learn from it. It happens to all of us. It happens to great traders. Been trading for a while. I mean, Andrew many times told you guys that he almost blew up his account, right? He took some big losses, and he's an experienced trader. So it happens, man. Learn from it. And you can definitely bounce back. I took another partial here on Tesla. Just in case. I was trying to get 362, but we're getting a little bit of resistance getting up there. Overtrading is tough. Always think quality over quantity. Very important. If trades are not working, then how to know if this is a strategy related or psychology related? I think you could tell. I see Andrew's ready to rock and roll, but just to ask you quickly. Hey, good morning. Good morning. Let me get the chat.
Morning.
Good morning.
Get the audio to the chat.
You should be able to see my screen as well.
Yep, I'll bring it up now because I think I have Paris on that.
Wow, Tesla is also running up significantly.
Tesla's still running. Great trades, Andrew. I was getting worried about you. Rough start, but man, as always, you brought it right.
PLTR was amazing. PLTR is amazing. I am very profitable for the day.
Wow.
Yeah. Very, 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 very nice. And I still have PLTR. Nice. I want to get to 129. Paid for all the trip in Europe.
Excellent.
Well, I hope you didn't spend 85 grand in Europe. I mean, you could, but I hope you didn't.
He tried.
He tried. He couldn't, right?
It's not hard, I guess, if you really try.
I think, I guess.
Just gonna sell some more SPY calls here. I'm just long the SPY with calls 587s. I'm still looking for the SPY to go green. Ooh, Nvidia's popping here. Nvidia looks like it's going to 138.
Yeah, sorry guys. I bought something for myself in Vatican City. As you see, I bought one of this cardinal's dress. It's beautiful. Like I saw that it was one of those shops that they were selling stuff, and it's not for tourists. Like it was really for the religious people. I said, "Oh, this is beautiful. Can I buy?" And she kind of hesitated a little bit, but yeah, she sold it to me. I love it.
Money talks.
Yeah, no, I mean, I wanted to actually the fabric is so nice and the details are so beautiful that I was thinking of actually cutting it, making a costume for Burning Man. It's not I don't want to use it for just the way it is, but it's just beautiful. Because you can't find this kind of good material like in Amazon or stuff. You have to be in there.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got a 5% move on PLTR, which is awesome. I'm pretty happy with my day. I'm also long NVDA. That NVDA also went up to the VWAP. I forgot to partial. Now it's coming back at 137. So we did a VWAP. If you want to see this, guys, you are on the YouTube. We actually did the bounce from S3 on NVDA. So that was a very nice trade as well. See if it's going to go higher or not. So I'm right now having two position, NVDA and PLTR. I also tried to sell some TQQ covered calls that I haven't got filled yet. So if I get filled on those ones, I'll let you know. But yeah, great trading day.
Yeah, it turned into a good day after we got that consumer confidence number. Nvidia seems to be kind of rolling over a bit here.
So SPY had a very nice bounce. Where is Paris? Is Paris trading from Vancouver?
Yep, he was like I told you, he was every morning he'd come on and complain about having to get up too early.
He's just partying too much. Tesla, people on YouTube, you didn't see it, but I had a really nice trade on Tesla as well. I got stopped out and eventually rallied. But PLTR move was way nicer. So we got the PLTR move and as well. So if I want to recap what we did at the open, I took one trade on Tesla, I got stopped out. And then I did a 5-minute open range breakout on Tesla, which was really nice. We made money. I added more and I got stopped out at the break even. And then we missed this whole rally on Tesla. So that was the trade, but it's still profitable on Tesla. PLTR was a little bit tricky. It's rough at the morning. So same trade, try to open very strong. And I like when the stocks are really opening that strong. I tried to, take opening range break up, did pop up, sold partial, and then dropped. I got stopped out. So this first trade was a little bit profit. And then I tried to go long again, get a bounce from the VWAP, and I stopped out once, I stopped out twice. So essentially the two trades, I was negative by that time. And it sold off to this 123 level that you see on my screen. And then as soon as the 10 o'clock news came in, a SPY popped up. And then I took this trade back up because it did create a very bullish engulfing pattern. And as you see, it just boom. And every pullback I added, I wasn't really expecting it to go that much, but it looks like at 10:15 for the break of this daily range, it was like a shorter squeeze or something. And 128.50, and I'm still in there. So I think there is a really good chance that we get to 129 today. So that was the really good bulk of my trading. For NVDA, obviously earning was strong a few days ago, and then it came to S3 right at 10 o'clock when the bounce happened. Market started rallying. I went long NVDA, I added more, and it did get to VWAP. I was hoping to get to 137. We did get to VWAP, and I'm still long in there. See if you can actually go close above the VWAP or not. So NVIDIA all just one trade very nicely. And yeah, I haven't been trading for 1 week. So some heavy position, heavy trading, and it was really good, profitable day. You guys on YouTube, you won't see our live trading, but if you come into the chat room, you can actually see the screen in real time, entries and exits. And of course, Brian is making a lot of really interesting trades as well. A lot of them with options. So any question? So what was the catalyst on PLTR? I think PLTR had the news that now they start working with Medicaid or Social Security, one of them. I think PLTR, what they do is they're providing solutions for handling a lot of data. And obviously, I think Medicaid and Social Security, they have a lot of data, a lot of payments and everything. So maybe their solutions would be interesting for those type of needs. And that's a good catalyst. So definitely PLTR is more active than the rest of the market. It's just trades just below the all-time high. All-time high is at 133. I wouldn't be surprised if today is going to rally all the way to 133. Doesn't look any sign of weakness today. See, back up again, 129.
Yeah, and here we go with the SPY. We're back at PDC. I think we're going to go green here. Still holding these 587 calls. Some of them. Here we go. Yeah, high of day on PLTR.
Wow, 129 high is going up. So Mustafa is asking just EMA and VWAP. So VWAP, you don't need any setting for it. VWAP doesn't have a lot of settings, so it's just volume and price and automatically calculates for that. I include pre-market and post-market in there. For moving averages, I have 9 and 20 exponential and 50 and 100, 200 simple moving average. And there is no magic number. You just have to select one and trade based on that and build your system based on that.
Yeah.
No, consumer sentiment wasn't something that I keep eye on the radar. So if you go, for example, to Trading Terminal, it shows you the importance of the news. So let me come here. So if you go to the calendar on Trading Terminal, and you see there's a star here that shows the impact. So the impact, the 3 stars are high. And the consumer sentiment at 10, it was a 3-star impact. Most of them are really useless, but the one that is like high impact, these are the ones that you really want to look into that. I personally don't look at it, but what I do look is see what price action brings it, what kind of volatility it brings. So I don't have no bias toward it, like if it is good or bad. Like let the market decide if it wants to go up or down based on that, and then you trade based on that. I saw that news came in and it was a strong market. So look at this candlestick at 10 o'clock on SPY. Let me go to SPY. So do you see this candlestick at 10 o'clock on SPY? So this is obviously a very bullish candlestick. So you can go long. You can go long with options like Brian did, or you can go with TQQ, SPXL, or any out of the money call options like Abby is trading them. Or you can just have that stock and play that you have. Especially PLTR was strong. They had the string momentum in there. So that would have been my choice to go in there. Go heavy size, good volume, everything else. So there is different ways. Even Tesla, for example, at 10 o'clock has started rallying. It looks like the buyers were nervous to see this number and the impact on the overall market. And as soon as they saw it's not that bad, then the rally started.
Yep. There's a big order on PLTR at 130. Just a big order, big ask sitting up there. Wouldn't be surprised if it goes there.
All right, so yeah, PLTR is still making highs. I wish I had more in there. Let's see if we break a 129. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Come on, yeah, big ask. There you go. Boom,
Go. Yeah,
boom, 129. Yeah, I am not surprised at all. This one is going to go to.
Yeah, probably it's going to go to 130 probably.
NVIDIA is struggling, but yeah, I'm still long NVIDIA as well. I'm not sure if the bonds are flat today. VCLT had a rally, but it just dropped. Bonds kind of recovered. How was your trading? How was Carlos trading? Did Carlos did a nice trade or?
For swing trading, I still
Yeah,
have some
had a
PLTR.
move on Tesla for the breakout. We're pretty nice. We're still in it with a couple of people on YouTube as well.
You shorted Tesla or you long? Oh, you're long, huh?
I wouldn't be short Tesla.
Oh, yeah, it's a trade. Oh, what a trade you did. I can see that trade, you Carlos. You went long at 10 o'clock. Yeah, nice. Maybe you should go join
Carlos,
Carlos. Good
we're
trader.
teaching Carlos how to trade the open. He's getting good at it.
$199, $129. Wow. This PLTR just keeps rallying. 130 is
And
absolute. All right, SPY barely touch green.
yeah, it just rejected from there.
Yeah, SPY rejected the previous day close, kind of going down.
Yeah,
15 minutes.
I'm gonna have to stop out of the rest of this here. I didn't have many options left, so definitely kind of lost the 9 and the 20 EMA. Both of them dropped.
PLTR is still rallying. 129.50. I want to
Yeah.
get there.
I'm just looking at my swing positions. I still have some PLTR.
Yeah, I think PLTR wants 130. That's what I see.
Yeah, I said there's a big ask at 130, really big volume sitting
I think
there.
it's gonna go there. I was Avi trading on Peak Capital Bootcamp. Oh, yesterday somebody posted something very interesting in PCT. Let me share it to you for you. This is Robert, one of our traders that have been with us for a very long time. Let me see if people can YouTube can see actually as well. So let me actually bring it a little bit higher. Um,
Not the
oh yeah, I can
Robert
see it
from
now.
not like you, Robert from 8 years ago.
No, no, no.
Not like that
It's
Robert.
a different Robert. Yeah. So this is his equity curve since he started doing the boot camp. So you can actually see that, but I can post the link in that. The biggest improvement has been risk management and sticking to my strategy. Thank you, BBT family, for all their help. So he's working with Thor and Megan in bootcamp to really, and this is what we want. This is the type of equity curve that we want people, get. It's possible. It's very possible if you stick to your risk management, and these are exactly the type of trades and things. I can actually share the tweet with you guys. You can actually see that. You can see it yourself. That was awesome. All right, so PLTR is going to go to 130, as I said. Beauty, beauty. I'm going to actually add a little bit more on it. 129.74. I think I bring my average to 129. Let's see if you can actually get to 130 without stopping me out. Here we go. 130.29 is the level, is the weekly level. $130, if we can get that. So we're all witnessing PLTR break of all-time high, 133 today, maybe, but 130 is definitely something that we're gonna see. All right, so are you? How was your trading? You just woke up?
It took a really quick short on PLTR.
Ooh, let's just squeeze
I'm out
Brian,
of
guys.
it.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty extended, but be careful shorting it. It's
Yeah.
really extended right
Oh
now.
yeah, no, that was I was there for a good time, not a long time. So Paris heads back next. I think he's only here for another week. So we got to get together before he heads back.
Oh man, look at that.
Paris
Look at PLTR, guys. Look at PLTR. Look at the beauty of PLTR. We're gonna notice it all by ourselves. We're gonna see the beauty of universe altogether. I'm gonna sell 1,000 shares at
There
130.
you go. There's the big volume push there to get through 130.
I'm putting my order there at 130.
We had a big volume push, didn't it already get there?
No, I didn't get filled.
We got, yeah, what, 130.08.
Yeah, no, I didn't get filled though. Let's see.
Okay.
Maybe it was before I put my order.
See, this is where I would short it again here, but I'm not going to. Yeah, I would stick with wisely. I would stick with the default settings unless, I mean, you can play around with them. I mean, you can with the filters, you can probably filter out by price if you don't want to look at anything under $5 or $10 or you can probably set volumes too if you want to set a minimum volume. But the default settings are pretty good actually.
NVIDIA is coming back down to my break-even point, so I'm soon gonna get stopped out of
Yeah,
NVIDIA.
a lot of the
I have
market's
my
kind of
orders
rolling
to get
over here.
filled. I still have my orders at 130 to fill PLTR.
For anybody interested, Tesla's doing a 920 right now. Could be good for a bounce here. I'm uh,
Come on.
I'm not going to trade that either. I'm kind of done for the day.
Tesla. Tesla is also pretty extended, huh? Yeah. What was that rally on Tesla? That Elon Musk is coming back to focus on the company?
Yeah, I think that's the gist of it. He's turning in his chainsaw.
Into the company.
920 is a strategy that I developed or I use now. It's a when you get a trending stock like Tesla, if you look at the 2-minute chart, you get a trending stock. I have the 9 and the 20 EMA on my 2-minute chart. So when the stock kind of runs out of steam and it breaks, it's been using the 9 as support, and then it breaks through the 9, and then it comes down to the 20, and usually it bounces off the 20. So yeah, it's when we get a nice rally back. Sometimes it only goes back up to the 9 EMA and then fails there. Sometimes it'll go back to high of day. Like Tesla's bouncing right now a little bit here.
Let's see if this PLTR is going to get the 130, and then I'll change my name to St. Andrew. Come on, come on.
So that's you use the 9 EMA, right? That's the
Yes. Oh, there you go. I got fill on 130. 1,000 ships. See if I get more.
See, look at that.
Yes.
It bounced right back. Tesla bounced right back. Kind of slipped a little bit below the 20 EMA, but you'd have taken a long there. And again, probably it would have been good to use options because you would have got a nice move on the options, say the 360s or the 362.50s.
Be awesome. So JC, on the chat room, there is trading terminal news. You can actually click on that, and then you have the breaking news both on Squawk that you can actually listen or read. Oh, there you go. Ah, boom, I got filled. Ah, beautiful. Beauty.
Still
Beauty,
going.
guys. 132. I told you.
Oh.
You.
Yeah, this is great.
Nice.
Yeah.
Boom. What a day. What a day. We got 6% out of PLTR. Wow. Wow. Live on YouTube for everybody. Wow.
There's orders of 131, 132, 133, all asks sitting up there right now.
Wow, it's amazing. Selling some more here. Wow. Amazing. Beautiful beauty. That was amazing. Wow. Nice, Pavan.
Can you believe this? Back in beginning of April, this was at 62.50. So it's been more than a double for over about 6 weeks.
Wow, amazing, guys.
Yeah, I
Amazing.
picked it up as a swing trade. I picked it up as a swing trade a couple of weeks ago.
All right, I gotta go. I have some life things to do.
I'll talk
Who's
to
coming
you.
at it?
I'll give you a
Paris is
call.
coming. Yeah, thanks,
Yeah,
guys. I had an
I'll give
amazing
you.
trade today.
I'll,
Yeah. If you had a good
I'll give you a
trade on
call.
PLTR, that congratulations. So that was awesome, guys. Cheers. Bye.
Bye. I picked up PLTR as a swing trade. I do my swing trade videos every weekend. Can't tell you what swing trades I'm in. I'm still holding some IBIT as a Bitcoin play. Still holding some gold and silver. So if you want to check out my swing trade, I've got a swing trade video on the weekend. It's on YouTube. You can just search my name. And just go over what happened last week in the market and talk about some potential trades for the week. I sold some more puts on UNH this week, which I've done for a couple weeks now, just selling downside puts, and because it seems to be stuck here. Paris, you got to sleep in this morning.
Yeah, Brian, this time is just not working
As
for
you,
me. I genuinely slept on time. I slept around like just to wake up on time, but this, I just don't know. Something's wrong with my body.
still got some jet lag. PEZIM.
Yeah, but yeah, one more week before I get back to East Coast.
Wow, look at this. Look at PLTR still going. All right, I'm going to grab some breakfast and we'll catch everyone later. Cheers, everybody.
Awesome.
And have a great weekend. Have a good weekend, Paris.
Yeah, you too,
Thank
Brian.
you. Okay.
So I am currently short Tesla, and I think it's gonna stop me out. Okay, so this is gonna last chance before it starts working. I'm adding a little more on Tesla. Stop loss above 362.50, very close to my break-even point. Let's see if it has a chance for a drop or a pop. So I woke up around 10:30, then this thing area, guys. So I missed the open, so did not take anything at the open. But I think PLTR was a great trade that Andrew took, man. That's that tells you who the boss is. That was a heck of a trade. The place where he went from, I wouldn't have never like I think the news was there, but I wouldn't have conviction to go there. Uh, so Tesla seems like it's working. So let's see if it makes a higher high or makes just breaks to the low. Currently, it's actually forming some kind of flag right here. I wanted to break this flag. If it breaks, then on the downside, it's good. If it doesn't, then I'm gonna get stopped out. Seems like it wants to break to the upside. The buyers just keep stepping out. Okay, good. The seller stepped down, so let's see if the sellers take over again. Come on, sellers. I want you to step down. Take over. Yeah, the buyer's stepping up again. Yeah, it's not a short anymore. I think it's gonna squeeze to the upside. Every single time this comes to 362, this area, this flag, the buyers keep stepping up. So let's see. I think very good chance it stops me out at 326.50. Okay. I'm all out, guys. All out on Tesla. All out on Tesla. Did not make much money on this. Yeah, now breaking out. Tesla is breaking out now. So that's good. Hey guys. Trader Alex, send me an email. I don't know how do I send it here, but send me an email. paris@babeltraders.com. paris@babeltraders.com. So Tesla broke out. Right. PLTR popped to 131.50. Wow. I don't know what that like no other stock moved as good as PLTR. I don't know why. Like Nvidia is selling off. Tesla is is I think similar to what PLTR did, but the PLTR Tesla did have a pullback. PLTR has no pullbacks. I don't know what the why PLTR is so high. Apple, Google, BA is down. Yeah, Tesla has some good volume. Nvidia has a good volume. Yeah, Nvidia would have been a great shot. PLTR 131.50. Wow. Man, it's going to the all-time high. Holy, what happened to PLTR, bro? Okay, I'll respond to that, Alex. Oops, my system stuck. Yeah, my system got stuck. Okay, now it's back. Not sure what that was. Any reason why PLTR is so strong today? I'm taking a shot on PLTR. I'm taking a small shot on PLTR. I'm going against the trend. I know that. Very good. Boom. What an entry on PLTR, guys. What an entry. Very nice pop or drop on PLTR. Nice bet. Very nice. Okay, covering some more. Yeah, I don't. Here, I think if it can drop to 130. Uh, I doubt it's gonna completely come to VWAP. It's gonna struggle a little bit, bounce a little bit before it comes to VWAP. So this was more of a scalp trade, and I'm gonna hold to my positions to see if it turns out to be. Why is YouTube so slow? Can you guys see my screen properly? Like the PLTR? Okay, well, you guys can see it. Admin, yeah, it's always a real account. I don't trade SIN. Yeah, now it's coming back up. I'm not gonna give a lot of room because this is a very strong stock. Yeah, if it goes, my ideal exit would be 130 area. That would be a great exit. I don't anticipate a lot of move to the downside. And I don't want to add either. I was thinking of adding at 131, but I don't want to add either because I'm going against it. And this can easily squeeze to the upside, and this can go to 133 and then 32. So my thesis was only to scalp it. And if I can get a good move out of it, that would be good. But what is Tesla doing? Yeah, Tesla. So I was thinking of shorting this area of 363.28. I don't know where level I got it from. Right. Have a nice day. Very good. Very good. So PLTR is now, let's see if it sells off to 130.50. Covering some. Yeah, thanks, Adrian. And these are the trades I'm not usually good at. I'm usually good at breaking up, taking a breakout. I'm good at these reversals, and I always have less conviction on them. So I don't give a lot of room. Uh, these Tesla, you see that? I shorted it, added a little more, and then now it's stopped out break even. And my entries, I'm confident on my entries, but I don't know how much I'm gonna take a move. Like for breakouts, I'm confident that I'm gonna capture a good move. Like on PLTR right here, it's like I'm not that confident on how much it's gonna go. Because this is a strong stock and I'm shorting a strong stock. It was, of course, it was extended, and that's why I thought of shorting it. But usually, even the extension on a strong stock doesn't give you a deeper pullback. And you just have to rely on your luck on how much it's gonna move. And there's a lot of luck involved in these areas. The risk management is up to you, but how much you're gonna make is just like who knew this PLTR was the stock would turn out to be like up 6% on this move. So taking some off as well here. Now 130 would be the area that I would be interested in. Yeah, Nvidia is new lows. If the sentiments on those numbers were there, uh, then the Nvidia would have been rallying it too. So sometimes it's all the stock, or it's only as good as the stocks you're trading. Took some off. I love the entry, man. The entry that we got on this one. The whole reason I took an entry was not just the tape, because what I saw was, if you see on all of these rallying areas, all the, it's the volume price analysis. All the volume was higher than the selling volume. The only change of character was that here, exact this here. And when the character of a volume was changed, that's exactly when I waited for that tape reading signal for me to take an entry on the short side. One flush below 130. Flush 130. Flush, 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 flush. Come on. Okay, 130 is trying to buy. I think it's gonna break 130 to the downside. It's gonna flush below 130. 130.01. 1. I saw 101. 01. 130. Break. Break. But didn't break. You don't see me pointing at the chart? Uh, yeah, I'm not sure why this thing is not coming. So this is one where I was risking, like, yeah, I'm using the mouse. I'm using a travel laptop. I don't have this Epic pen that I can showcase, but usually what my thing was, I was risking 20 cents. I was short 130.20. I was looking for 131.40 uh as a stop out. And if I'm able to get one and a half, $1, that's a great risk reward. But yeah, the candle that at 11:05, after 11:05, that's when the selling volume took over. That was the area that gave me a conviction on a change of character. I'm adding a little bit more on PLTR. I'm adding more on PLTR. Oh, sorry, yeah, PLTR. What a shot. What an ad, man. I love you, PLTR. Taking off. That was easy. Yeah, I'm short on PLTR. That was easy. No, I'm adding more on my short. You can see my screen, guys. I'm taking short. Yeah, today is the day where anything I touch turns into gold. That's what my name defines. Ah, this is my nephew. Say hi. Hello. See, camera. Now say hi. Hello, Gordo. Okay, चलो जा. Yeah, he's 4. I have 2 nephews. One is 5 and one is 12. And this guy keeps coming to the room, checking on me. Okay, so let's see if it breaks 130. No. I'm actually teaching my the elder cousin, uh, elder nephew. He's actually interested. He's like, greens and reds. I want to play with this. Okay, come on, PLTR. You're gonna give me that 130. So definitely some buyers at 130 for sure. Let's see if who's gonna win. So, Guri, thanks, Keith. So, Guri, I do have a playbook and I do like to trade on my playbook, but my playbook is usually uh, created around the momentum and tape. I do like to trade some setups. I do like to apply volume price analysis on that, but uh, they are usually momentum based or a breakout based. When someone says the order is bullish, are they looking at ask or bid? Actually, both. Uh, it's the combination of what you see on the different bid, ask, and the white prints that you see. It's the combination that makes a difference. You won't be able to clearly tell if the buyers or the sellers are who is going to be dominating until you see both. Because let us say you have let us say there is a queue of sellers. Let us say on a real estate market, right? That you see a queue of there's a lot of houses on sale, and there's a lot of the sellers are just uh, the lot of houses in the inventory. But unless and until you see the number of buyers, you don't see a buying queue, you won't be able to tell if the sellers are big. It could be as big as comparison or compared to previous, but if the if you don't see the buyers, you don't know which side of imbalance it is. The buyers could be 10 times more than the existing sellers. And in that case, the price is going to go up. But on the other side, if you see a lot of sellers, and you also see buyers, which are very few, then you can tell the price is going to go down. So you have to see everything, combination to make sense out of it. Okay, very good. Beauty. And now I'm taking off. Beauty PLTR. Love you, man. Now I'm done, guys. What a day on PLTR. Yeah. So initially, as you can see, I started as a momentum, but I was open to the fact that this can easily go to 130 because that would be a decent pullback. And the more it gets, it's the way it wants to. It could have easily bounced and hit another highs. Uh, but if the stock keeps giving you the and works in your favor, you can keep adding and scaling out of the positions. Now the next level is 129 and 128.50. So these 129 and 128.50 are the areas that I would be uh, looking to see. If it breaks above 130 and holds above 130, then I'll get out. But I would like to scale out until 129 and 128.50. Lan, it was just extended, and I saw a change in character of on PLTR, mostly because of the volume price analysis. Nvidia is selling off really bad. Tesla has did the same thing. I did not. I was thinking of once it rejected this 363.28. I was thinking maybe I want to short again. Because usually I've seen what stocks or algorithms nowadays do is they would break the highs, and if you don't see a volume here, they will break the highs, stop a lot of people out, and then they trap a lot of people out, generate liquidity, and then they go to the same direction. In the past, like with less of an algorithms, in the past, what used to do was it was to make lower highs and then it was to continue. And now this is how you want to adapt to the market. Like the market is just okay, perfect. So now it's I'm covering some 129.50. So pretty bird, yes it is, and you should be able to see uh I think the yeah, this one team Bearable Traders. I think Carlos puts it in the chat. So let me send up the link again. Yeah, I shared the link with you in the chat. Wow, this PLTR turned out to be a really good trade. Really nice. It's still selling. So my final exit would be around 128.50 if it goes there. Covering some on this thing. Let's see if it goes to what 129. Oh seven, oh six. Oh seven again. Oh six. Let's see. Oh five. Oh five. It's gonna break to the downside, guys. Oh five is holding. Oh three. Oh three. Oh one. Beauty. 129. Selling some. Covering some. Okay, guys. Today the market gods are wanting me to end on a very solid note. So it is going to be a really good day. It has been a good day. Hey, have a great day, T-man. So let's see if it flushes to 128.50. Anything else people are watching? I think I'm done for the day. I had a pretty good day. DJT, Guri is mentioned. Oof. Yeah, DJT is breaking out. Oof. Yeah, PLTR is trying to bounce. It hasn't showcased a real big buyer interest. It just could just be a pullback. But if it holds, so 129 was the area. If 129 holds, and if it starts stepping up, that would be my trade. I would get out. But if it fails here and then breaks to the lows, then my trade is still intact. See, it broke here, and now it can actually see if it goes to the low of the day. Not low of the day, sorry. The low of this one, the low 128.71. So if it breaks this, 128.50 would be my final exit. Let's see if it breaks to the downside or will it stay here. Beauty. Let me cover some. 128.60. Final exit would be 128.50. 128. I flush below 128.50. The guy from Brazil, nice. Nice. This this time I'm not like I'm trading, but like okay, I think I'm gonna get all out. I think the new buyers are coming in. All out, guys. All out on PLTR. What happened? Why didn't I cover? Okay, all out, guys. All out. All out on PLTR. The second I got out, it bounced like crazy. Okay, so that was a very good move on PLTR. I passed the bounce in. Yeah, I wish, but I don't trade with that big of a size. And so yeah, that was a nice catch. But yeah, I think it's top of the hour. I hope it was a valuable session. We got it live on PLTR. Today was a PLTR day. Andrew got a great move on PLTR on the long side, and I was able to short PLTR. Tesla, what is Tesla doing? Tesla is choppy, doing nothing. But PLTR was a good move. Okay, guys, have a great rest of the day, and have a great weekend. Have fun, work hard, party harder. Take care, guys.